Hello climbing fans, welcome to Briançon. We're just an hour down the road from Chamonix, where we had a spectacular lead and speed World Cup last week. We're at an altitude of 1,300 meters or 4,500 feet. It's the highest city in France, a very popular location for climbing. They do a lot of cycling here as well. We see the Giro d'Italia and also, of course, the Tour de France. Well, it's all climbing here. The top climbers have been enjoying the French Riviera, French atmosphere here. It's been a wonderful atmosphere here in Briançon. And but last week, of course, it was all the Slovenian women who did so well. They took a gold and silver with Mina Markovic and the 16-year-old Janja Gaumbret taking the gold and silver. They were the only two climbers to top back then. In the men's category, we had the amazing Ramon Julian Pogblanc of Spain taking gold on the European title. 20-year-old Sebastian Helenki getting the bronze. We're here at Briançon, and it was Sebastian Helenki here you just see missing out on qualifying for the final. This is a bit of action from the semi-finals yesterday. That left-hand hold just not getting there, and he looked at his hand in horrific. And here was one amazing move. Look at the foot of Ramon Julian Pogblanc here. Look at how his foot just slips off. Unbelievable. We're going to see it in a second. This is very early on. His foot goes, and so does his chances. Can't believe it. And as you can see, he didn't have far to fall. But the big story of last night was Kim Jae-in. What an incredible climb, the only athlete to get all the way to the top, and she beat the field by a clear 10 holds. So now we're getting ready to start. There's the atmosphere. The sun is just going down here in Briançon. It's a beautiful day. We've had a little bit of rain, but now we're all ready to go, and it's a good crowd here today. And this is the field. We're about to have... We're going to have the announcements of the athletes very, very shortly, but we can quickly look at the graphic. There you see everybody sitting down, very well behaved. My name's Adrian Battersby, if you didn't know by now, and Sheila McLaren is going to be coming in to talk with me. But let's have a quick look at the officials first. And as you can see, those are our officials, same as yesterday. And we're about to start, so we're going to hand you over to the stage for the announcement of the athletes.
Bon, mesdames et messieurs, voilà, Briançon, on est heureux, le ciel est avec nous, la météo est bonne. Alors on va arriver, évidemment, comme à l'habitude, au milieu de vous, avec les grimpeuses, les finalistes. La première partie de soirée, elles sont là, on va aller dans le public. Vous allez pouvoir les prendre en photo, les toucher, ressentir un petit peu leur stress. Nous on a décidé d'arriver derrière vous, donc c'est bien parce que personne ne nous attendait. Voilà, moi je passe toujours à l'endroit où c'est le pire, à l'endroit où il y a énormément de monde, à l'endroit où vous voulez voir nos grimpeurs, nos grimpeuses. Voilà, on va venir comme ça. Alors attention, hein. je vais toujours à côté du monsieur. Allez les jeunes, je vais laisser une petite place ici. Arsène, mais attention, il y a Dinara, il y a Kim Jae-in, il y a tout le monde, elles sont là, je vous demande une ovation pour les finalistes. Allez Briançon, ouais, je vais passer là. c'est pas moi, c'est surtout elle. Hein. Pour moi, c'est pas du tout intéressant. Oh, je vais aller là. Oh, j'aurais pu voir une petite bière. Allez, là, ensuite, on va faire le tour. Je voudrais que vous les applaudissiez très fort, s'il vous plaît. Tu vas me monter un petit peu le micro, Michel, sinon on va me perdre. Je vais passer là. Enfin, c'est pas moi, c'est surtout que tu vas avoir 8 bombes atomiques. Allez, elles sont là, elles sont belles, elles sont motivées, elles sont en finale ce soir de Briançon. Là, je peux vous dire que l'américaine de l'année se dit mais pourquoi il est passé là? C'était un vrai Chilchana. Bonjour les amis, on vous souhaite une très très bonne finale. Allez, dès qu'elles arrivent sur scène, s'il vous plaît, le public. Briançon, vous êtes nombreux, on adore ça. On adore cette finale, la météo est avec nous. Oh là là! Là, je peux vous dire qu'on a un plateau magique ce soir. Ça va être exceptionnel. Allez, je voudrais aussi une ovation pour nos jeunes qui portent les drapeaux des nations représentées ce soir. Le public de Briançon, on a quelques demoiselles qui célèbrent leur première finale ce soir. Vous êtes tous là avec nous, elles vous regardent. Est-ce que vous pouvez lever les bras et leur faire une ovation, s'il vous plaît, à nos finalistes? Alors, ce soir, pour la première fois en finale dans une Coupe du Monde, et ça fait longtemps qu'elle l'attend, on aura l'honneur et la chance, et je veux que vous lui fassiez une ovation digne de ce nom, de retrouver la représentante pour la France, Mathilde Becerra. Deuxième finaliste, elle a 14 Coupes du Monde à son actif. Elle arrive de la Belgique. Elle a fait 3 podiums dans sa carrière. Je demande une ovation pour la légende belge Anak Verhoeven. Troisième finaliste, elle a 29 Coupes du Monde aujourd'hui à son actif. Elle vient de la Russie, un podium dans sa carrière, mais énormément de finales. Elle était championne d'Europe en 2013 à Chamonix. Je vous demande une ovation pour Dinara Fakikdinova. Quatrième finaliste, elle vient des États-Unis. C'est sa 6e Coupe du Monde. Elle a 2 finales. Applaudissements s'il vous plaît pour Delaney Miller, USA. 5e finaliste qui totabilise 17 Coupes du Monde à son actif. 2 finales, toujours pas de podium. Elle vient du Japon. Applaudissements pour Risa Ota, Japan. Alors attention à celle qui a fait un podium le week-end dernier à Chamonix. Elle termine 3e et 3e aussi des championnats d'Europe. Elle frappe pour l'Autriche, c'est la jeune et la jeunesse montante autrichienne. 2 podiums dans sa carrière. Jessica Pils, Austria. 78e Coupe du Monde pour elle. Ce soir c'est un peu touchant parce que hier, avant les demi-finales en isolement, elle s'est fait une grosse entorse de la cheville. Elle voulait vous saluer ce soir, elle voulait être présente sur scène, mais elle ne prendra pas le départ. Elle a pourtant 36 podiums dans sa carrière, 15 victoires, elle est vice-championne du monde, elle a gagné Chamonix le week-end dernier. Elle ne grimpera pas. Je voudrais une ovation pour Mina Markovic. Et alors attention, celle qui se rapproche peut-être du plus gros classement international, 22 victoires dans sa carrière, 34 podiums, championne du monde en titre, plusieurs fois vainqueur du classement général de la Coupe du Monde. C'est sa 62e Coupe du Monde, vous la connaissez bien, elle vient de Corée, Kim Yae. Est-ce que tout le monde peut lever les bras pour Mina Markovic, s'il vous plaît, qui est très triste, qui va nous quitter, qui préfère se relâcher pour la prochaine Coupe du Monde. Elle est émue, je peux vous le dire, on le voit d'ici. Allez, on va laisser place à l'observation. 6 minutes d'observation et ensuite, c'est parti pour la compétition.
Well, what a wonderful walk-on that was. I think that's quite a special moment, isn't it? Now, the athletes are all having a little look at the wall, all of them except for one. There's our athletes who are through to the final. It's wonderful to see, but there is one that has departed already, and you might not be surprised to know it's Mina Markovic, who fell in the isolation area behind the wall. She actually wasn't a long jump. Of course, we had Alex Puccio, didn't we, over at Vale as well. Well, Mina just came down and her foot just was in between two mats. She turned her ankle, as we saw when she came off the wall in the semi-finals. She was really hobbling quite badly, and I was speaking to Jerome Mayer, former world champion himself, of course, on the bouldering side. Well, and Jerome was just saying that it has to affect you at the end of the day. Well, she's still qualified for the final, but the gold medalist from Chamonix has not made it through here. She's decided that she possibly could cause a little bit too much damage, and she's just going to give it a miss. So we're down to 7, and let's have a little look through our profiles. I love these profiles of the climbers, and we're going to go in reverse order, of course. Mathilde Better of France, 23 years old. A list of some of her more recent events. She has been busy, of course, with the lead climbing, and this is going to be, well, her first final for quite a while on the IFSC World Cup. She did make the final at Rockmaster, as you can see there, but she's not made too many. A bit of a recent form. This is how she's been at Briançon, and she 2014, 2012. And she even competed back in 2010. It's slightly out of order, I'm not sure why that is, but she also competed back in 2010, obviously, when she was much younger. This is, I'm just having a look, I'm pretty sure that this is her first final at World Cup level. She's made Rockmaster, she's done a few Rockmasters, but at World Cup level, this is her first final. So now, Anak Verhoeven. You see, this is Anak's abilities here, and she's been climbing for 3 years. Those are her past rankings, and this is here in Briançon. So she was the bronze medalist here last year, and she's certainly one that likes this wall. She's climbed here before and done pretty well, and she is somebody who's been high up in the wall in the rankings. She's one that could well be on the podium at the end of the night. There you see just some of her more recent results. She's been a steady finalist, and there you see a couple of silver medalists still competing at youth championship level. A silver medalist in Edinburgh just about a month ago, actually, over at Ratho. What an amazing place that is. That's Anak Verhoeven. Coming up next, Dinara Fakhridinova. Dinara, she has competed in many events all around on the tour. She's obviously she's been on the tour for a little while, although she's only 22 years old, quite incredibly. She's world ranked number 7 in terms of her 2015. She was world ranked number 8 in 2014, and there you see some of her recent results on the tour. She's been dancing around the odd final here and there. She made the final at Chamonix last year, just dropping out. She actually came onto the tour with an absolute blast early on, and she really was somebody that we thought would be a real star, and she's just sort of dropped down from an earlier level. I'm just looking at results for her from 2013, and she was finishing fourth in 3 events out of 4 in the middle of 2013. So she is one that's definitely to keep an eye on, and she's one that you really feel that could do a lot more today. Delaney Miller from the United States. She's currently ranked number 10, she's only 20 years old. She's one we're going to see a lot more of. This is her abilities over recent times. This is her past performances on here, and she finished a 7th. Of course, I remember I was there in Austria last year. She was 7th, and in the Pan American Youth Championship she won the gold there. As for Briançon, well, she was here last year and she made the semi-final but just dipped out. Delaney Miller with 2 goals to her name, which is on the junior circuit. She competes a lot on at the junior and youth circuit as well. She's one of the Americans who does do a lot of traveling. We don't see many Americans travel, but Denali Miller does get out and about a lot, and she's certainly moving up. This is a real big opportunity for her. Looking down the list, I believe this is only her third, just confirming, I think this is actually only her second final. That 7th in Minsk was her first final, and now she's competing in her second here today. So that's Denali Miller. Risa Ota of Japan, 22 years old, real star in the making. Japan just keep producing more and more star athletes. She's not managed to make finals for a little while, so she'll be very happy to get through again. Imst in 2014 was the last time she made a final in a major, and she'll be hoping to do it again. In fact, similar to Delaney Miller, she made a final at Mokpo and also Wujiang, so this is her 4th final in IFSC World Cup. And as you see, she's been unlucky 13 for the last 2 years in Briançon. She's going to do a little bit better here today. Next coming up on the list as the female athletes just depart the arena, Jessica Pills. We'll do this a little bit more quickly. Jessica just at Briançon last year in 19th place, and there you see she was a bronze medalist at Chamonix. She was the only non-Slovenian on the platform. 18 years old. We're going to see a lot more of Jessica Pills. She really is going to be good. We're not going to look at Mina Markovic. Mina Markovic unfortunately not climbing, and so the woman who absolutely stormed yesterday, it was a joy to see Kim Jae-in, who was unbelievable form, and well, she is the class act here at the moment. She is the one to beat. If you get above Kim Jae-in, you're probably going to be winning the gold. And as you see, Kim, she had one slip up there in Wujiang, but she has been a solid performer on the tour, first and second many times. And well, in Briançon, she quite likes it here, doesn't she? She's looking for 3 in a row to win here at Briançon. And well, who's going to back against her? She looked incredible last year. You look at her ranking on the top on that row: first, second, first, second. So going back to 2009, she's either been first or second, and she has been an absolute class act. Well, we're going to have a look at the route shortly. There you see, there's all the lights, and it's a beautiful view here. Love the view from this camera. And here's our view of the route. So so the female route is on the right-hand side. They're climbing with the green holds today. There's a little bit more information about Kim, just in case you wanted more. There's the route. And there you see. Now, we are going to be talking to the route setter shortly. In fact, we are going to just go and grab the route setter right now, because we're not going to get much of an opportunity. And hopefully... Yes, he is going to come over. Good lad, Adam. No, okay. You can come and tell us a little bit later on. Okay. Adam just said to me as he's putting his headset on, he said, I'm not going to tell you anything special until they start climbing. So you leave us in suspense a little bit here, but just without telling us any secrets, just the general feel of this climb. You know, is this one that's going to be quite a powerful climb? Because there's some tricky looking holds on this roof area, which looked awkward to me. You know, like, do you think that a powerful climber is going to do very well here?
I don't know if it's a really such powerful climb. It's still on the same holds that they've been climbing on yesterday and that they've been climbing on the qualification round. So for them, there should not be so many surprises up on this one.
Yeah.
And it's, for me and for us as a team, it felt a little bit more consistent than the semis.
Yeah.
Meaning without really particularly hard places, but straight from, let's say, beginning of the roof being just a little bit hard and continuing all the way to the really last moves with a kind of a tricky finish because the volume you see on the top. Yeah, that is something that you have to, you know, you have to commit a little bit for and get your body really in a good position so it would make it work. And the goal of the route is to get people high. It's a little bit like the same thing we've been playing with last week in Chamonix, where we really wanted to get people high and we really thought it's a good part if we have a top on it.
If I can just interrupt you, there is just a minute's round of applause here for Philippe Ligereau, who was 20 years an organiser here at the IFSC, very popular in Briançon, mountain guide, a really friendly guy, and was working as a guide nearby in January. And unfortunately, an avalanche swept him and his clients away. And everybody in the climbing community sends our deepest sympathies, and certainly a man who is very widely missed around these parts and in climbing in general. Philippe Ligereau. So I think we're going to start, and well, as she started climbing, do you want to tell us all of your secrets now?
No way. I've been through this already and it didn't work out. I pass it on to Sheila. I come back to you guys.
You come back to us later. Okay, thank you very much for popping in. So here we go. Wonderful to have that minute's round of applause. That was very touching, and I'm sure Sheila's going to add a few words as well here. But Mathilde Bessara takes to the wall. And Sheila, who I understand had a bit of moth action last night in your hotel room. We might talk about that a little bit later. Just very quickly, Philippe Ligereau, absolute legend of the sport, well loved around here. But you know, so sad that you know, we've lost him.
Yeah.
So, you know, he was a great guy, and of course the organiser here for nearly 20 years.
Yeah, 15 years he organised this, and it was all in his head. Everybody knew what they were supposed to be doing, and everybody came, and including myself and my family. We came as spectators one year and ended up commenting for IFSC, and because somebody was in the hospital with a stomach upset, and Philippe just kind of took us in, and we sort of helped out, and he said, "Oh, you must come back next year," and it just became a thing. And that's the kind of guy he was, and we were absolutely heartbroken when we heard the news. It was a terrible tragedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that was. I remember last night you were saying, what was that applause about when Zhang Kim had just started her route? And I said I missed the beginning of what he was saying, and that was what it was about. He was mentioning Philippe then as well.
Right.
So everybody here was giving very, very warm applause in memory of Fifi, as we all called him. So, but let's get on, because I'm going to start bubbling in a minute.
No, absolutely no. Star. And here's Mathilde.
Yes, in her first ever World Cup final. She's got to be so psyched to be here. She's been knocking at the door for a while, but she finally brilliantly finished her engineering degree last year, and so she's been well, she started working now, but she seems to have a pretty good contract with her employer that affords her the time to train, and she is well trained, really.
Yeah.
Recently they had a French team training camp near where I stay, and so I popped down to watch them. And Mathilde absolutely wiped the floor with the other French girls, Charlotte and Hélène included. She was really on fine form. You know, they were doing on-site 8Bs and what have you, and she just looked so good. I was kind of hoping that we'd have the boys and the girls climbing at the same time, just to be able to say, and their partners in life and their partners on the wall, because at the same time in the men's final, as Mathilde is climbing now,
that's the old romantic in you coming out again.
Absolutely, Sean McCall will be coming out in the same position as Mathilde in terms of leaderboard. So,
well, she's using this opportunity to have a little breather here.
As well she should.
Yeah.
Looking good so far. And she's got absolutely nothing to lose and everything to prove, really, in this final. She'll be wanting to say, look, you know, I've arrived.
She is a latecomer, isn't she, as well? Because she's 24 years old.
Yeah.
And so she's come late to the sport.
Well, she's been climbing for a long time, but she's always had to juggle it with her studies, you see. So
yeah. Well, she's through the roof section, and these are the moments when the route setters get quite nervous.
Yeah, we were saying this last night, but sometimes you see you get someone like Mathilde who maybe didn't really expect, because you remember when she came down, she was looking really disappointed, and well, there were a few mistakes by other climbers, and she possibly didn't really expect, although she would obviously be hoping to be in the final, and so she's like, oh, let's just give it everything I've got, and because she's got no pressure, she's got no expectations.
Yeah.
So good luck to her.
Well, here she is.
Go girl.
And she's not looked in any difficulty on any point.
Wait,
here,
no, but her left elbow's up now. Brilliant, brilliant. She's having to fight for it now.
She's still going.
Nice, nice, nice.
There's still quite a lot to do. This route does bend around to the right-hand side.
Yeah, it's another zigzag, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they like snakes and ladders in this part of the world.
Well, trying to make the most of the space on the wall, you know?
Here we go. Now that's nice.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Ali, Matt, Ali.
Yeah, she's in an awkward situation here now.
She's having to
not sure where to go next. Yeah, where's the next move?
Well, she knows where she wants to go, but wow, that was a great job, and she's happy. Look at that.
Yeah, well done, well done, Matilda. And well, that was a natural end there, but you know she did herself proud, and she's very happy
did really well, yeah.
with how that came out.
Excellent.
So Matilda Bessera. Looking at my map, I'm just waiting for what the official score. I think the judges here are all working hard. But having a look at that, to me, that's looking like maybe it's a 45 plus. Depends whether they saw if she touched that or not on 46. But that's not a bad start, is it? 45 plus. We only got to 52.
It's a tricky one because
here's a replay.
Very scant footholds as you move over to the right, so it's all about finding the secret there. You remember, a bit like that 32 plus last night.
The 35, yes, yeah, the 35 plus.
35 plus, sorry.
Here's a replay here, Sheila. So you just see that she's looking comfortable here, but it's that 45 to 46 transition. She tries it with the same hand. She's obviously not comfortable bringing the left. Yeah, there's a little bit more to go yet. This is way too.
And I think you need to get your foot up to the left, maybe onto the white volume, but that's easy to say. No, she did that, right, cool.
Yeah, she does that. This is it here.
This is it, it's a crossover.
Yeah, so she's thinking about bringing a left hand in.
I think she's just trying to get a bit of grip on that left hand there.
Yeah.
So she's got that, and then she's going to need to cross over.
And then, yeah.
Unless maybe you're supposed to, you know,
maybe that's the
go
one to
up
go
again
right
with the right and then cross over on the top. It'll be interesting to see how they do it, and it'll depend obviously on the height of the girl concerned, because what works for one might not work for the next.
Yeah.
And the next climber out, she's even younger. This is Anak Verhoeven for Belgium, obviously, and despite her young years, she's an incredibly. She's really a great all-rounder. She's technical, but she's so strong.
Yeah.
And she's got a very strong mental aspect as well.
Well, I'm just looking. She started in World Cups at the beginning of 2013. She's had 2 years of solid World Cups.
As a senior, yeah.
As a senior, she's made every final.
Yeah.
How amazing is that? How consistent.
I know.
She's made every single final. And you know, I can't count very quickly here, but I would say
she's still only a junior.
Yeah, she's still competing. She was in the European Youth Championship just a month ago in Edinburgh.
That's
and
right.
Got the silver medal there.
When she started senior competitions, she was still a youth A. In fact, I think she was a first-year youth A.
Yeah.
But I maybe. I'm not too sure of my footing there, but definitely she was a youth A. I remember it clearly.
No, it's
she's fabulous.
It's quite a stunning performance, and it is quite incredible. I think there's about 12 World Cups she's competed in at senior level, and she's made 12 finals.
Et elle aussi, c'est l'anniversaire de Stéphane Hansen, un Belge qui est là aussi avec nous. Donc allez-y, poussez-la.
She's very regular. It's impressive, really is.
Yeah.
Seems to be able to stay pretty much injury-free, which obviously is half the battle.
And we saw this in the semi-finals. She's one of those, she really takes her time. Now she's got a clock on her here, so she's got 8 minutes, and she's coming up to 2 minutes. Yeah, well there you go. My producers just told me Matilda took 1 minute 54 to get to her position.
Yeah, 4:54 to
4:54,
get to the top.
sorry.
Well, to get to where she got, and then there's still another 10 moves at the end. Yeah.
Oh, this is solid.
Yeah,
all the strength sapping moves, isn't it? All the stuff that takes all the energy out of your bones.
Yeah, because you know, Matilda didn't have too many problems here, but as you can see, as you go over to the volume on the right, there's no foot underneath, so it's a commitment move, you know.
Yeah.
And there she goes.
Yeah.
Nice, no foot. Lovely.
And here's that upside down. Yeah, have a little rest upside down. Now the thing is, you know, there's little bits of energy lost here and there, and I was having a chat with one of the climbers this morning, just explaining that sometimes, you know, in fact you said similar last night, that you know, you can lose little bits of energy here and there, sometimes you lose a bit of confidence, but you know, just that little move there that she had to go back on herself and reclimb that area, that's just taken a little bit out of her.
Yeah, I think I was talking about Ramon at the time at the World Championships in Bercy as an example of that. But definitely, I mean, it's never a complete rest. You know, that you can get into a position where you can just feel the weight come off your arm. You're no longer, you know, holding yourself up. You're quite relaxed and everything because you've managed to block your feet or something, and you can really reset yourself a bit.
Yeah.
But on these routes, you know, I'm fairly sure that the route setters are looking to tire them and to test them as far as possible. But I mean, got to remember, Adrian, these women and the guys as well, obviously, they train and train and train to work on their stamina and their resistance so that they can battle through this kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Des finalistes, il a plus de 20 ans d'expérience ce mur. Il en a tombé des générations, il est très dur, très exigeant sur les prises.
This is nice and smooth from Manak for the moment.
Donc pour eux, il faut une adaptation et là c'est
Matilda Bessera was given a 45 plus.
Yep.
So they did consider that she'd just touched that 46 before she came down.
Well, actually, she wouldn't have needed to touch it. She has to hold the 45, she has to make a positive movement with the body and move a hand in the direction of the route. That's the definition of the plus.
Right. So it doesn't matter if she doesn't touch the next one.
As long as she makes a positive movement away from the one that she had.
Right.
But in the direction of the route. You can't just kind of fling yourself upwards in the hope that someone's going to give you a plus. Yeah? To actually be seen to be making the move.
I think I was basing my feeling. I remember an event where there was quite a discussion because somebody wasn't given a place, which actually cost them a place in the final.
Yeah, well, they can.
And it was based on the fact he hadn't touched, and he was arguing that he didn't need to. And from what you've just said, here's the view. She's getting towards.
But the rules change from year to year, and sometimes it takes a circumstance like the one that you're mentioning for them to say, well, we need to make that clearer in the rules.
Yeah.
So.
Well, here we are now. This is the area where Bessera came down.
Got another bit to go before then.
Yeah.
That's a nice drop knee. Arianek. She's gone up with her. Okay, she's changed her foot now because Mathilde went straight up with the left leg. Okay, is she going to find out how to do this now?
Here we go.
Aha, you see? Haha, what did I say?
That's the right hand did it.
Yes.
Oh!
She's a bit frustrated though because she thought, right, I had that.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Look at her face.
No, it's cool.
She knows she could have gone higher.
Yeah.
And that was just.
I think, you know, most climbers when they come down, unless they've topped the route, they reckon they could have gone higher.
Yeah. Well, that's a a wonderful climb from Annick Verhoeven of Belgium. And well, that was certainly a 46 plus. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
So she'll move into first place.
So far, we're respecting the order that they're coming out. Just for those who are unaware of that aspect of things, I don't know if you mentioned it earlier before I came over, but the climbers will be climbing in the reverse order of the qualification. So, in theory, I always say this, in theory on paper, as we go through the competition, the climbers should get higher and higher because in theory the stronger climbers are coming out last. But it's a final and anything can happen. As we saw last night in the semis when we lost Ramon, for example, and you would have bet the house that he would have been in the final, but no.
I know. Who can believe that? If you get the chance to watch that in the semi-final, the European champion, Ramon Julien Poblanc, just slipping with his foot.
But don't just watch it for the disasters, watch it for the sheer quality of the other climbers as well, because it was a really, really exciting semi. With all the atmosphere of the final here, we had a good 1,500 people in the crowd, and now we've got, I don't know.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Like five or six times that. It's
the stands,
packed.
yeah, the stands are packed all around us. It is wonderful to see. And here we go, Dinara Fakhridinova of Russia.
She's, I think she's 25 now.
Yeah, she's 22 according to the IFSC database.
I beg your pardon.
But
I should know that. I
think I may have given her quite a harsh. You know, sometimes you don't sit on the fence, but I certainly remember back in 2012 and 2013, and you know this. Dinara was making final after final and doing well in them, and she really was a name. You know, she was 19, 20 years old, and a lot of people were saying, "Wow, this girl's got something." And then just the last couple of years, she's just dropped down a bit. And last year really was a bad season for her. Now I don't know if she's recovering from an injury.
She was plagued by injury. She had back problems towards the end of the season that you're mentioning, and then she had some shoulder problems. And yet last year she was European champion in Chamonix, and that was great. It was great to see her get a title, and it really boosted her confidence. She's now in Moscow. I think she suffers a little from the fact that she trains on her own. There's not a lot of emulation there because the Russian team are basically scattered all over the country.
They're all over the place.
And there's a lot of country to scatter. So it's difficult, I think, for the athletes in those conditions. So. But she's lovely. She's really sweet.
Yeah.
It was privileged to spend a whole Sunday afternoon with her last 2 weeks ago in the gorges in the Chartreuse, and just before Chamonix, and she was talking about how she felt about her climbing. And she said this whole aspect of because she's on her own. It was difficult to figure out how she would measure up to the others.
Yeah.
So she was quite apprehensive of that first competition. It's like, well, I've been training my socks off, but is it going to be enough? I have no idea what the other girls have done. So.
Yeah. Well, she's not hanging around here. No. 1 minute 42 on the clock as she enters the roof. And she's quite a small climber, so.
Oh, she's doing it differently.
Yeah, she's decided to go that way.
She'd be better taking the heel before risking the hand. That's pretty cool, actually, and quite efficient, I think. In terms of weight distribution, for example, she'd have put the weight on her heel as she went across instead of doing the no-foot thing. So, not that there's a lot of weight to distribute. She's like a fairy. She's really slight.
And that's one of the things, isn't it? Like, you know, here's a climber who's a bit like Kim Jane. You know, she's light. There isn't as much body weight to carry around, so you know that there is a benefit in that respect. So what you might lose with reach and a little bit of height, you can make up for.
Well, it's about weight to strength ratio, isn't it? It's not just about how much you weigh, because you can be as light as a feather and just not be able to do it. But she's a healthy weight, and she's got good muscle definition. In fact, her shoulders have come on leaps and bounds since last year, I was noticing. And her biceps.
There you see, I always love this camera view. You see where she is, and she's just entering a real business area now. But this is one that the other two climbers nobody's really got into any major difficulty. It's strange, isn't it? Because when we were commentating on the semi-finals yesterday, there was 35 plus, and we were talking, thinking, is anybody going to get through?
Yeah.
And then in the end, the cut point was 38 plus, and there were people who went past that and actually still didn't qualify themselves. So,
that's right.
It's strange how climbing can be. And then, of course, Kim comes out right at the very end and just shows everybody.
It looks so easy. Well, the thing about the 35 plus was I think we had 6 or 7 in a row, and it was starting to get like, if this is where it stops, it's going to be a bit dull. But in the end, the setters had it spot on, absolutely spot on. We've got perfect separation going into this final. So basically, whoever goes higher is the one who's going to win. We don't need to do any count back. Allez, Dinara, come on, sweetie.
Here we go.
That's it.
We're getting to the really tough part.
She's starting to.
Yeah, she's looking
to be a bit pumped there. Yeah, she's doing.
Yeah, she knew she was in a bad place there.
Ran out of steam. Oh, she's quite happy though, I think. She's very, very out of breath. It just seemed to hit her suddenly.
Yeah, that was
strange. She was looking good just
it?
before. Well, maybe there was a rest that she could have taken, but.
Yeah, that was quite strange because she looked very comfortable coming up to that hold, and then all of a sudden you saw her body movements and she was sort of almost panicking a little bit, looking around for another hold that wasn't there. And
I think if we get one of these side view shots from the cameras later on, just remember what you just said and look at the angle of that upper section. It looks like it's sheer, vertical, sorry, from the front, but actually if you look at it from the side, there's a real overhang, and it's totally.
Here we see.
You just need to look at the angle of the quick draws that are hanging down, and you see what the overhang is. It's major.
Here we go from the side. Look, this is the side angle, so you can see she's. I don't know what that is. It's a fair angle, isn't it? She's having a good look around. Decides to make the jump for it.
And she tries to. You see, the right hand tried to put it up, but as she was already falling, I don't think she'll get the plus on that. I think they'll consider because she was stable on the left hand, and then she came off. She'd been up and she came down, and then she went back up again. So I think she'll get that, but I don't think she'll get the plus. But we'll see. I'm not the judge. Delaney Miller,
20 years old.
Yeah.
And
American champion.
Yes. Well, the Americans are having an absolute breakthrough on the bouldering side of things. You saw how they did in Bale. Of course, the Americans don't really travel much with bouldering. Nathaniel Coleman went over to China. I think he got persuaded by Adam Ondra and a couple of the other lads decided to round on him and said, you've got to go to China.
They put the hat round for him, did they?
Yeah, I think he had
basically, it's sponsorship, isn't it? The funding isn't there in America for climbing as yet.
Yeah.
But it is a growing sport, and obviously it'd be great to have them come over. We saw Kai Leitner in the semis, in the qualifiers.
Yeah.
Young, really young, up and coming climber, and American senior champion, but made the bronze in the juniors, which it always seems a bit odd, but that was how it went. And Delaney.
Now what's happening here?
She's missed a clip.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh, Delaney Miller has missed a clip.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Oh my.
She was so pleased to be in the final, and she's come all this way. That's really.
That's terrible. That's so terrible.
Hate when that
She missed the second clip.
I
don't know if we can get a shot of that at all, but just up on the right-hand side. And Delaney's obviously very upset. And,
she's fighting back the tears there, I think.
I think there's going to be a few tears around. But I don't know, can we see that on the camera, just to see the...
No, that's good. Nice to give a wave to the...
Delaney Miller exits the arena.
C'est le stress, c'est
well,
le début de la voie, c'est jamais facile.
that was probably the quickest. I saw a judge just running out from the table, and usually it's bad news when that happens.
Yeah.
And, well, there you go. We're going to see a replay of it here.
I was actually watching her hands and not the rest. So just for newcomers to the sport, obviously it's a safety issue, clipping on all of the clips as you go up, and you need to do them in the order of the route. So once she'd done that third clip, she couldn't go back and put the second one. The only time you can change the order of the clips is if you do a Z clip, which is where you take the wrong bit of your rope, and the lower bit of the rope ends up higher than the higher bit of the rope, and then you have to unfangle it, and it's a real mess. Which happened to Ramon here a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He's really going to end up not wanting to come to Briançon. But
he's had it all, hasn't he?
Oh, he has. He's won here.
So he was DQ'd on that one as well.
Yeah.
Well, here's Risa Ota coming up next.
Ça a l'air de lui convenir depuis les demi-finales qui étaient
très très difficile hier. Toutes les filles, on les a perdues à peu près au niveau de Atelier Pierreuf ou Rostin, à partir
qui est sorti
jusqu'au sticker IFFC là-haut.
Tu peux nous monter un petit peu la musique?
So here's Risa Ota. Well, that was a strange one. So already we've had a bit of a weird. We've had
bit of drama.
Mina Markovic not competing. We've had
that's a real shame.
Yeah, Delaney Miller coming out.
We did say last night that she was hobbling very, very badly, Mina, and we hoped that she'd be okay, but
yeah.
Obviously, better safe. She can't compromise the rest of her season for the sake of one competition, but
yeah. Well, this is a real opportunity here for Risa Ota. This is only her 5th World Cup final. In fact, she's actually finished 8th in 3 of the ones so far. She got a 6th at IMST last year.
That's right.
Got the strapping on the shoulder at the moment.
Yep. Of course, we don't have Akio Noguchi here, we don't have Sachiyama, and Momoko Oda is still studying, so we haven't seen her for the past. This is the 2nd season that we haven't seen her.
Allez, on fait pas une entrée de
toi sans applaudissements, allez. Bravo Risa, allez. Vous allez voir une
manière aussi chez le grimpeur asiatique, japonais, coréen, chinois.
Just in case you're wondering, where is Sachi and where is Akio? They're, I believe, doing some outdoor work and skipping the first 2 because they weren't in Chamonix either. Skipping the first 2 World Cups of the season. But I'm sure we'll see them on the Asian part of the tour.
Yeah.
Really disappointed because Sachi is such a laugh. He's so funny, and only just able to start appreciating that fact because he took English lessons because he was fed up not being able to get interviews done. And so
we tried well with him. But
it was so funny. It was last year, you know, and we were waiting for the improvised podium when we'd had the final was cancelled because of the storm. And we were just hanging around waiting for them to rig up a projector and what have you to be able to do the podiums. And he was chatting away, and I just looked at him, and my jaw must have been down at my knees, and he said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Sachi, I'm just so completely taken aback by how your English has come on." He goes, "Oh, thank you, I've been taking lessons." And he was like,
wonderful.
He was bristling, you know, he was really chuffed. Yeah, he's a lovely man.
Yeah, and it's a real shame we haven't got the full Japanese contingent out here. The ones that are here are doing pretty well actually. So many in the semi-finals, it was incredible.
Absolutely, there was a raft of them out in isolation.
Yeah, and of course everybody's looking out east at the moment as well with the Tokyo Olympic Games coming up and the possibility of some sports being added. So I think we're all holding our breath a little bit.
There's actually an online thing you can vote for climbing. If you want to see climbing instead of rollerblading or wushu or whatever the other ones are, there's some couple of sports I hadn't even heard of. Then get on and vote for that.
En appuyant une ou deux fois dessus. Allez, Risa. Travail des pieds toujours très important.
So,
le gainage, on s'approche de la paroi, on perd pas de force, allez. Gamma.
okay, so we've got a question on Twitter. Using the hashtag IFSCWC, do please whack us a few questions over. And there's a question from Ashley Scott over in the States.
Hi Ash, how you
saying,
doing?
when was the last time? Yes, 8 different countries. France, Belgium, Russia, USA, Japan, Austria, Slovenia, Korea.
Ashley, you're probably better placed to find the answer to that.
I'll tell you what, we'll do it.
Exactly,
Let's just see what Risa does here. Because Risa's in an awkward spot. She's got her hands up. Managed to sort that out. Now this is where it's all happened so far.
That's nice.
Right.
She's pumped though. She's battling. Oh, nice. Yeah, good attempt. But she was definitely fighting for those past couple of moves. Yeah, so Ashley Scott. That's a very geeky question. Thank you so much for asking it. And we do not have the full technological
I'm writing down
paraphernalia here
IT
to be able to look up.
We can look it up for next time.
We'll look it up for next time. Yes.
We'll let you know next time.
Answers on a postcard.
Because we will find out. We will be getting the result board up in a second, but we're just looking at Risa Ota here. So she manages to get that one where Dinara went down. But it's yes. Just she didn't look to be struggling on that actually. It was quite strange. She gets this one fine.
No, she
gets
pumped.
the left-hand edge.
She was pumped. Definitely pumped before that.
And there she goes. So this is leaderboard as it stands. Still Risa Ota to be updated. So Risa Ota, we haven't got her score through yet, but you can see we're awaiting them to punch a few buttons and put it up on the internet, but I'll be sure. Just let's have a look at this. I think Risa Ota, she got 44 for sure. I think Risa Ota was a 44 plus.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
So next one is out.
And for those of you who may just be joining us, I'm afraid to say that leaderboard is particularly deceptive because not only do we not have Risa Ota's score up as yet, because we get the feedback from the judges, but also you see Mina Markovic's name when she will not be in fact competing because she was injured before the semis last night, and although she competed last night and came second, she won't be able to compete tonight, so our thoughts are with her because she must be desperately disappointed, and we hope that she'll be fully recovered for the next stages.
Yeah.
But rather sit out this one than run the risk of aggravating whatever it is that's the problem.
Absolutely. She was fantastic yesterday, and she really did put in a great performance and came off limping terribly. And she'd really turned her ankle badly on the wall that's behind, where the climbers can just keep warm, and just put her foot between two mats and turned it. It's horrible pain. I've done that many times playing football. It's amazing. It's very painful. You can't walk, and then ridiculously enough, after 2 or 3 days, you're just better. But here's Pills on 20. She's looking comfortable early on. It's great to see. Like, look at, we've got all the powerhouse nations here of climbing, isn't it? Like, if you were to list wanted to list your 1 to 8, don't think we're missing many, are we? Really? Like, Germany got stronghold, but.
Well, with the German women, it's more. Well, you think immediately of Juliana Wurm and the bouldering, but. Not that many German lead climbers that have really made it into the top, risen to the cream, as it were. Certainly for Austria, they just seem to be able to replace one that retires by someone equally as strong.
And it's a conveyor belt. Of course, you know,
The Slovenians as well.
I did an interview with Anna Stur, I remember last year, and she was explaining how she actually came in as a lead climber. She couldn't get in the team,
Yeah, I remember
so
that.
she decided to just take up bouldering, and then realised that she quite liked it. And you know, so maybe the lead climbers, you know, the past results on the IFSC database we keep looking at would be quite different if Anna had have actually got in the team and then decided to be a lead climber.
Quite possibly. I remember seeing her on some internet thing, anyway. And I was so surprised to see her with a harness and a rope, you know, because I'm so used to seeing her doing the bouldering.
I know. Well, you know, it would be quite it's strange that she doesn't actually compete on lead, but maybe she just feels that she does so much competition climbing, and she is one that does like to get out on rock as well and climb in the outdoors. So,
but it's a punishing schedule, really, Adrian. To do both of them, you have to be, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really, really demanding, and I think she'd rather do the one thing really, really well.
Jessica Pils is only 18 years old.
Yeah.
Bronze medalist in Chamonix at the European Championships last week. Still competing at the youth event as well. So she's very busy.
So she'll be going to Arco in August.
Yeah, for sure. And she's been a steady finalist. That's how we stand at the moment with our scores. Ota there you see in third place with a 44 plus. She's taken many golds at youth level, but I think the others will be probably glad to see the back of her if she decides to commit herself to the seniors, because she's taken a lot of medals there. A lovely shot here from the side. You just see the wall shake slightly as she just climbs up there.
She hasn't taken much time getting up to this point.
Yeah, and she's one of the bigger girls as well that's out there. This is
very
I just remember last year we were talking about Sashayama. Just seeing Jessica, you know, she's using a lot of chalk there. Remember Sasha dropping his bag.
How could I forget?
And going on to win.
That
and I
was in the
watching
semi,
yeah, it was just unbelievable.
It was. He sort of went to look for it, you know, with his hand, and it was like, oh no! This look of sheer panic, and then it was like, oh, I'm just going to have to go for it. And so he just legged it up the wall. It was hilarious in the end. He was laughing when he came down.
Well, maybe it's a bit of a, you know, sort of a mental thing, this chalk, and it's not really that useful after all.
No, trust me, it's not. It's not.
I've said some stupid things this weekend.
Although, you know, there are, you know, people have like nervous tics, but we'll get back to this in a minute.
Yeah, we'll go back to that. Jessica is now in a really good position here.
Yeah, she does the move with the right and
that's
up with the right
46
again.
I think that's her into the lead.
No, now she's in the lead.
She's
now
held on. She's definitely in the lead, yeah. She doesn't have to rely on countback now. She's on 47 now. We have a new leader. There's only one more climber to come after Jessica, so she's got herself a silver medal for sure.
She just needs to figure out where she's going to put her feet before she moves up.
Yeah, she's possibly going to have to make a bit of a stretch on this one.
This is pretty good, pretty good. That's it. Nice drop knee, but couldn't bring it round. But brilliant job from Jessica Pils.
47 plus Jessica Pils.
And that, at worst, is a silver medal.
It's not a bad worst, is it? Silver medal for the Austrian.
Not too shabby a Saturday night out.
And that also means that Anneke Verhoeven will at least take the bronze.
Yeah.
So she's got on the medals yet again. And Jessica Pils, our new leader.
It's good to be young, eh?
Great. Here's a replay. Just get to see this again. She gets her leg in that very awkward position. Tries to get herself,
It'd be interesting to see what Jean-Kim does with that, assuming, of course, that she gets up and we don't have any clipping disasters or anything. Don't want that. Don't want that.
Well, so you see, she makes the big effort. And she's off. And the night descends. What a beautiful view.
Lovely sky.
This is pre-moth. So get a good breath of fresh air while you can. open your mouth, a good mouthful, because you're going to be breathing through your nose for the rest of the night.
Everything I'm wearing ties in at the ankles and at the wrists and at the neck with elastic. I'm not taking any chances of invasion again.
Yeah.
My personal space was invaded by a moth last night, and it wasn't pleasant.
So Kim Jae-in, our final climber, no Mina Markovic. She decided to pull out. Actually, it was quite a late decision. She only really decided just literally maybe half an hour beforehand, I think, and she really wanted to, but she decided that she just could not, and didn't want to sort of risk anything, and I don't blame her really. Now, are we going to see a similar performance here from Kim Jae-in that we saw from her yesterday, where she just was incredible, wasn't she?
She was. If you remember, she paced it very slowly at the beginning of the route last night, to the point where we were thinking she could run out of time here. And is she over resting? And that was one of the other times we were talking about how much energy you can just lose with rests. And then she just kept flowing her way up the wall. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
And the only one to top a route last night. The boys didn't get to the top of theirs, and she was the only female athlete to top out. So 100% so far, because she topped both of the qualifiers as well.
She takes her time, for sure. And, I remember in IMS where she timed out, and I don't think I've seen a lead climber time out on the World Cup any time before. So,
yeah, you're joking me, aren't you? Charlotte Durif. Charlotte Durif is known for pushing the limits of the timer.
Yeah. Just so graceful, isn't she? It's amazing with the Asian athletes, isn't it? The way they climb is so, it's just so graceful, so poetic, and you see it with Kia Noguchi also that it's almost a bit mesmeric, isn't it? It just draws you in, and you just
almost seems effortless. I think there are national styles. Although it sounds like a bit of a cliche, there is a definite French style to climbing, I think. And as you say, the Japanese and the Koreans, there's an aspect to their climbing. The Russians are known for loving their crimps and so on. There are certain aspects that you find across the teams. But she's just, I don't know, she's out there on her own as far as I'm concerned. There's nobody to touch her.
Well, the crowd are getting behind her here.
Nice.
And that was done in one very smooth movement again.
She's very small, but she has this huge reach. They call it the ape index. It's between the two fingertips, between your two arms, or the extremities of your two arms, and it's massive. So she has this massive reach. So when she gives herself a bit of a swing and then like that, then thank you for proving my point. She actually has a huge reach, which is obviously a great advantage.
Yeah. She's having fun here. She owned the wall last night.
She definitely did. But she's so respectful as well. You never see her coming down, and it's all about her. She always thanks her belayers. She always bows to the crowd. In fact, the crowd bowed back to her last night, which was the first time I've seen that. Thanks to Christopher, our MC here in the venue. So. And I don't think it really matters what country you're from. You can't not admire this woman. Looking so fresh here.
This is beautiful to watch.
And look, it just looks
Asia, Asia.
just a little bit of a flick of the fingers, a little bit of a shake out of the arm for each movement, but just gives her that little bit of less lactic acid than she might have otherwise. Oh, she's got the rope is caught under that hold.
Oh, she's going to have to sort this out.
Ah, cool. No panic about it.
And the crowd reacting to that was incredible. Even a little bit of adversity on the wall, and the crowd are right behind her again.
Oh, it didn't seem to, you know, there was no look of panic or anything on her face. She just.
But there's no doubt that would have taken energy to do that. At that stage in the wall, that's probably just cost a little bit of energy. She had two attempts at that.
Here we go. Nice, nice, nice. And she's got her feet right up there, so she's going to be good. Ah, great, great. This is lovely. Change of foot. She's going to bring her other foot up to the right, and that will bring her up onto the next one. I think she'll be better positioned than Jessie.
Yeah. Here we go. This is the big move.
Possibly just experience peeing.
Yeah.
Ah, she's matched there.
Oh, she's touched.
So we won't have a top tonight. She's looking around for someone to tell her, is that good enough?
Well, that is good enough.
It is good enough
She
because
will win on countback.
Yeah.
So she's matched what we saw Jessica Pills, and she's just asking. She's looking around.
Yeah. Desperately looking for someone to tell her if it's one or.
Me and Sheila are both sticking one finger up in the air.
But she's not looking at us.
None of the judges are wanting to help her. She doesn't know. Has she done it?
That's it. I
There's
think
the smile.
realization
She's
has
realised
gone.
now. Kim Jo-in has taken gold here. It's not with a top. It's not how she wanted it to be. Obviously, that little problem. I'll tell you what, we never saw.
Just
I don't even know what to call
do.
that problem right at the very end. The shark fin, maybe, or something like that. Could I call it? But there you see. It's just on the very left-hand side, as you see. That's the final.
Oh, I see.
Oh, just, but not close enough. And but Kim Jo-in will take the gold here after a wonderful climb. And I think we're all a little bit stunned actually that she didn't make the top after yesterday's imperious performance. Just didn't get that grip.
21h30 les garçons.
Just being told by Vincent Cossé that the men will be on at 9:30.
Right, so the men are going to come on at 9:30. So that gives us a little bit of a rest, which is nice. We can all go off. I can go and grab a coffee.
Time to put the kettle on, I'd say.
There's the leaderboard, and that's the final. I'm not sure why Mina Markovic was given 1. Maybe the computer system here, you have to put in.
They have to give it a value so that she gets a
value.
class. Otherwise, she'd be 99 again. You see.
Oh, maybe, yeah, absolutely. Well, there you go. Confirmation. Kim Jo-in takes the gold. Jessica Pills of Austria with the silver medal, both with a 47 plus, and Anak Verhoeven a 46 plus.
And an excellent 4th place for the local girl, well, relatively local, Mathilde Bessera.
Yeah.
So she'll be really, really happy with that.
Now, if you're in the mind of some of these athletes a little bit further below, or even down to Risa Rota, you know, I think Risa probably got to the limit where she was going to get to. But I've got to be honest, I think Jessica, Anak and Matilda all probably feel in their hearts of hearts they may have just been able to manage a little bit more there. Whether anybody was going to be able to get past that 47, because that looked like a really difficult move.
A very difficult move, and the move afterwards is fairly mental as well. Because if I've read it right, you're supposed to come over to the next hold to the left, while swinging your foot out to the left, to under that thing, the yellow thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah,
that's just mental. So,
well, I'll tell you what, we are going to try and find out, because I our route setter is around, and I'm going to try and get a few words with him.
Yeah, ask Adam.
For EP, climbing walls and handholds is our business, but that's really
I'm very
not
pleased
why
to
we're
say.
here. We're here to enrich people's lives and introduce climbing to the world. We know that once somebody gets an opportunity to go indoors and climb on a climbing wall, that they're going to be hooked and they're going to be a climber for life.
Well, I'm very pleased to say, first of all, just great to see those adverts. You know, it's these sponsors that make the webcasting happen. So please support our sponsors. They are the ones that are providing the money that allows us to produce this show for you. Adam Pustanik from Poland, one of the route setters here. Adam, you had a lot of secrets, but that little area was definitely. Were you expecting anybody to have problems in the roof, or were you really thinking that was the area up there where?
It's least to say that, yeah, this was exactly the places where we were thinking like the things are going to be happening in terms of the split of the best girls. We were expecting though to have Jaine higher up, as seeing how the other girls do, and as comparing her yesterday's performance. Even though this was like a really great performance of her, to see how the manner she climbed the route compared to the other girls, that's really amazing to see. But yeah, in most of the cases, yeah, the route worked exactly as we wanted. It's more or less easy to read. It's quite there's nothing really complicated about this climb. It's, as I've said before the girls started, it's a little bit more consistent than the semis. This means that the sequences, they are more or less, they don't get any progressive. There's no real peaks, you know. There's nothing really harder happening before the very last part. After the second last quick draw, that's where the harder, gently harder part begins to happen, and that's what plays the big role when being pumped.
If Kim had have made 47 and managed to get the grip on there, then, you know, we were just talking about the next move, and, you know, it looks like there's nothing really to hold on to. So it's almost like she's having to use that mid 48 as almost a transition to get to the big one, and sort of almost do a dyno across there.
No, it's like the 48 is a left hand, then before the 48 and 49, that's a double hold. So you get left hand higher, right hand lower. You transition your feet onto the big volume, and that's where you mantle it up. Right. And in reality, Jaine was 1, 2, 3, 4 moves away.
Four moves.
That's exactly the thing, because once you get your feet, you get the fourth move, which is there's a small undercling just below just over the volume. We don't see it very well from this shot, but there is a small thing to help you to mantle up this thing, and that's it. That's the end. There's no top hold. There's only the top clip, and so she was really very close to finishing this one.
I love that you've put that up there, because the guys can stand up on it and just wave to the crowd, and, you know, I think we should do that more often in Lead. That's a wonderful idea.
2 years ago it was like this, but I don't want to have any connections, but it was facing down a little bit, you know, like this year it's facing up a little bit. So 2 years ago Ramadan was almost topping out this one and mantling it up. So we tried to do things like this. Last year it's really a pity we didn't have the last year's final, because this volume was the start volume. It was screwed down to the base of the stage here, and what they had to do is they had to climb up this and jump to the next big volume. So that was quite
a dyno at the start.
Well, it was like you know, like in the rocks, sometimes you have to jump to the first hold, and then you start with the first clip. So this is exactly what we copied down here. Wonderful. And so we use a lot of these, like we use the pair of volumes, because they give you this big solutions, you know. You put up one volume like this, and suddenly you get like 4 moves over. You have to suddenly, it begins to be just like climbing over the rocks, because it's so big. Although it's super hard to put them up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just like, you know, just to save a little bit of time, maybe, you know, let's just quickly just talk about the men's. We can see the crane. He's just going up to clean the holds. So they're just getting the rope in there. what can you tell us about the men's? You know, we're just having a quick look at that, and I don't know if we can see this from the front easily.
Yeah, we've got it right now. We've got the upper part of the route right now. It's both the female and the male final have more or less the same thing in common, and that's the consistency of the climb. Right. Starting quite low down. We don't see the first part now, so we'll maybe talk it through afterwards. And then getting through the roof, which we see right now, the right-hand side, there's a big volume. You need to jump to it. Get a no-hand, no-foot move on it and off of it. It's a really nice, spectacular move for the public, and like I think quite nice for the guys because it's a little bit like of a you know, move on big holds where you just let your feet loose and you know you're not going to putting them anywhere because there's nowhere to put them in reality. Yeah. And you just have to so you start in the roof really fast and then you traverse it down through quite positive holds, but the moves get all the way athletic. Then the exit of the roof is not, it's not supposed to be the super hard part because we know that doing through the roof, which is probably around 8-9 moves, and then getting through the lip of the roof in a hard sequence, that might be really a lot. So the lip of the roof, that's not super hard. And once we start traversing out through these first, second, on the left side of the third volume, a little bit higher up than the point was. Once we get there and start traversing a little bit right then left again, that's the sequences which are a little bit on more crimpy holds, and then the very end traverse, which you get up to the last volume on the left side. Yeah. There's a slopey hold on it, quite a good one in reality, and from this you start traversing right, a little bit more technical, a little bit more feeling the feet correct and putting the feet correct, and it all finishes up with a mantle of the volume, and that's a really interesting mantle. I think if you're being pumped there, you can make a mistake on it, and because it's really tempting. It's so big. It's tempting to go on straight on it and just finish the climb. And but you have to keep calm. You have to climb up well on this one, because frankly speaking, when trying to mantle up for the first time, I've spent almost like a minute battling it out with this volume. But it's the goal of this route is really to see somebody getting up on this thing. While it's for women, it was just about putting their foot correct and just climb and just, you know, standing well, finding the balance, and then straightening up to do the last flip. For men, this is a proper mantle up a big stalactite, which is horizontal in this part.
And there's even a clip in the roof as well, which I presume they have to clip, so they've got to stand up.
Yeah, they have to. Well, otherwise we could not do the.
It couldn't be safe. No,
it couldn't be safe. Like it couldn't go because they could clip from lower down. Yeah. So this is what we had to do to make it work. And,
wow. That's a bit of ingenuity. Yeah. A clip off the course from the roof.
No hand clipped. No hand clipped. You stand without. There's a tiny handhold right now just below the IFSC World Cup banner, so the guys, they can catch a little bit of balance in case they lose the balance. We don't want anybody, you know, to lose balance and catch the end of the wall, because this would mean disqualification at that part, and that would be really sad for the show. So we put up a small thing there, so they can grab and try to pin something really small to catch their balance when clipping, because when being pumped, different things can happen, you know.
Yeah. And that's okay, even though it's a green hold, it's okay to use that one?
Well, of course it is. You can use anything that's up on the wall.
You can use anything that's there, Okay.
I mean, like, it's you've got yellow hold up there on the volume. You've got some different green holds up there, you know, like we had this idea once that we'd be putting every fourth hold a different color and telling to the athletes, you can clip from any hold you want, you know. But it's you know, it's just like some silly jokes of the route setters that we're trying to play within each other to amuse ourselves and get more creativity running.
Yeah. Well, I love the creativity. I love the entertainment that's coming out of it, and you know the fun. And you know, I've seen some very. I remember in Vale there was a baby face that was, you know, there was a hold that was a shape of the face of a baby, and you know they were doing holds for the young kids, and you know, and it was great. You know, my little lad, he's 8 years old, he just loves climbing, and at the end of the day, you know, the kids do get attracted to that sort of stuff. So, you know, why not? You know, we've it's a sport and it's an entertainment as well, and these people who are here, you know, there's a good few thousand here tonight.
You know, come on, you've got a wall that's lightened up with lights. You've got a crowd of couple thousand of people seeing something that has to look nice. If it doesn't look nice, you know, if it's if this doesn't give any line of climb, or if you don't play with the with some you know, something that's supposed to be a little bit more, I don't want to say artistic, but something that reminds you of some shapes, or get some small drawings happening on the wall, it's much nicer to watch it. And for us, it's as well very important, because, as I've said before, it keeps us motivated. It keeps us, you know, running with creativity and thinking of new ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're just looking at the crowd that's turned up here tonight. It is a really good crowd. And what's lovely to see is there's so many youngsters. It's going to be quite a late finish. The men's are not going to start for another 15 minutes. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to have a quick break here for 5 minutes or so. Adam,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I won't be calling you back because you've just told us everything anyway about it.
I'll probably be back somewhere close to the end of the men's, after all the, you know, all the stress goes down. But thanks very much. Thank you very much, guys.
Great, Adam. Thanks for your thoughts, and that was wonderful to hear. We're as we're looking around at a lot of people. In fact, some people are watching this on their phones. I've heard they're watching the webcast. Let's have a look at the events that we've got to look forward to that are coming up.
Enjoy.
There you go. And it's a busy old time looking through that list. We start off in a couple of weeks' time. It's over at Imst in Austria, one of a real favourite event, that beautiful wall there in Imst, overlooking the mountains. And Johnny Bryan will be over there. In fact, Johnny Rhodes as well on the desk. They'll be doing the work there from Imst. Then on the 15th of August, we're at Munich for bouldering. It's the final bouldering event of the season. And from what I hear, it could be Juliana Worm's final bouldering event. I believe that she's going to be hanging up the chalk bag at the end of this season. And that's going to be a real shame for a woman who's the current European, current world champion. And she looks as if she's going to be handing on to the next generation that are coming through. Friday the 21st of August to Saturday the 22nd, Stavanger in Norway for lead climbing. It's great to be going up to Norway. Big climbing fraternity up there. And we'll be live from Stavanger for 2 days. Semi-finals on the Friday, finals on the Saturday. Always like it when they do that, just like they've done here. With the semi-finals on one night, you get 2 big nights of climbing for the price of one event. Then we are in Arco for the World Youth Championship taking place there. The 31st of August is the bouldering finals. So all 6 age categories will be having their finals throughout the day. I'll be over there for that event. And then on the 4th and 5th, Johnny Bryan will be commentating on the speed finals on the 4th and the lead finals on the 5th. That's in Arco in Italy. And then, well, it's not finally. This is just event number 5. There are more to come after this. Towards the end of September, we have a little break for 3 weeks or so. And then it's Purs in Belgium. It's great to see that back on the calendar again after a little break. And Purs for the Lead World Cup will be towards the end of September. So those are the events coming up. Men's final starting 21:30. As you see, we're not far away. I'm just going to take a quick break myself, go and find some water. Back with you very shortly.
Numéro 1980, Monsieur ou Madame Chen. Bravo Violaine. Un crash pad black D. Sur le chapeau, le 2110, Monsieur ou Madame Malandin. Prochain lot, un baudrier Black D à duo, notre principal sponsor montagne. bien sûr sous la présence de notre huissier Josiane Fort, président de l'association. Et c'est le numéro 2014 qui sort avec monsieur ou madame Grassi. Un deuxième crash pad blagué. Alors c'est le numéro 2100. Monsieur ou madame Vad ou Wad, je suis désolé pour la prononciation, je ne sais pas si c'est français ou étranger. Le prochain lot, un mois de location de VTT électrique offert par Elliott, magasin de vélo électrique à Briançon, le numéro 2125. Monsieur ou madame Barbier. Prochain lot, 2 demi-journées de VTT électrique offerts toujours par Elliott. Monsieur ou madame Ancaise, numéro 415. Prochain lot, 2 jours et demi de vélo électrique, de vélo promenade, le numéro 95, Cobolet, monsieur ou madame Cobolet. Prochain lot, une tablette offerte par Euronix, magasin dans le sud de Briançon. Le numéro 2068, je donne tous les noms, ça va plus vite. Prochain lot, une paire de lunettes d'assurage Y et Y. Le numéro 41, la paire classique. Prochain lot, une paire Y et Y, à nouveau la paire couleur avec le numéro 2962. Et la troisième paire offerte par Y, une paire Fast Fun. Le numéro 13. Prochain lot, une entrée à Durancia, les bains chauds de Montgenèvre avec massage. Le numéro 2060. Prochain lot, une sortie freeride offerte par l'ESF de Montier. Le lot 2129, le numéro 2129. Encore une sortie freeride, toujours offerte par l'ESF de Montier. Le numéro 137. Une sortie via Ferrata offerte par le Serre Chevalier Sensation. Le numéro 1783. Une sortie Canyon offerte par Serre Sensation toujours, un de nos partenaires. Le numéro 20. Une sortie rafting par Serre Sensation. Le numéro 2059. Une sortie escalade par Serre Sensation. Le numéro 2986. Un pack de bière, 3B, notre principal partenaire à la buvette pour les boissons. Le numéro 88, les bières bio. Un autre pack de bière, numéro 1998. Allez. Un baudrier béal, numéro 106. 106. Un deuxième baudrier béal, numéro 2942. Un topo Briançon offert par Jean-Jacques et Martine Roland. Le numéro 1947. Un bon d'achat Caliware dans la zone sud de Briançon, 2030. Un sac à magnésie Black Day, numéro 1957. Une entrée au grand bain de Montier, partenaire aussi, balle vitale, numéro 107. Une autre entrée à balle vitale, à Montier, 371. Encore une entrée à balle vitale, à Montier, 2963. Et encore une entrée, on en a plein à Montier. Le numéro 2034. Encore une entrée au numéro 2989, entrée au grand bain de Montier. Un suite du mondial, numéro 1792. Un deuxième suite du mondial. Le numéro 320. Un t-shirt du mondial numéro 1795. Un autre t-shirt du mondial numéro 432. Une journée rafting avec origine, une demi-journée, numéro 422. Encore une, le numéro 2002. Journée rafting avec origine, partenaire du mondial. Une demi-journée kayak offerte toujours par origine, numéro 1762. Une inscription enfant ou adulte, liberté ou un stage de 6 jours offert par le SF de Briançon, le numéro 351. Une entrée grand bain pour le numéro 476. Encore une entrée grand bain, numéro 85. Une demi-journée de VTT électrique, numéro 70. Il n'y a pas de souci. On nous presse. Mais les gens sont à cran. Allez, un sac à magnésie Black Diamond pour le numéro 118. Encore un sac à magnésie pour le numéro 308. Toujours un sac à magnésie pour le numéro 343. Une demi-journée vélo promenade de faire pareil. Le micro. Oh non! Numéro 101. Allez, le reste sera annoncé par internet. On va le faire en secret dans notre petit coin. Voilà, merci beaucoup. Et on rappelle quand même qu'il y a une corde en jeu, une tente, une veste. Allez, la corde. Allez, une main innocente, la mienne. Une cordiale 1944. Et c'est un rappel. Allez, celle-là. La tente, le numéro 81.
So welcome back. I hope you had a nice little break there. We're about a minute before we're going to be getting the introductions of the athletes. Those are the 8 athletes that you're going to be seeing coming up, and I'm very pleased to say you are seeing all 8 of them as well. There's no withdrawals. It's going to be fun, feisty, furious, and any other word you can think we have. Sheila's just joined me actually. Just one little quick one is Juliana Verm. Apparently, I've just seen on Twitter, and you know, I can't verify this, but a man called Toasty, so thank you very much. He sounds like a warm personality. He has just said that Juliana Verm had her last competition today in Friedrichshafen in Germany, Boulder Championships, so she won't be at Munich. So that's going to be a shame.
All right.
So, yeah.
I thought she was going to bow at Munich. Oh.
We will wait and see. We will wait and see. Some pretty good talent up on that screen, and we're going to be seeing them climbing any second now. They're about to be, we've got the darkness is around us. We're going to hand over to Christophe, and the athletes are coming in.
Si vous voulez les voir, celui qui va ouvrir le bal sera Sean McCall. Juste derrière moi, le Canadien, 6 fois champion du monde. On arrive derrière vous, on va saluer le monsieur. On va manger une petite... Non, allez, on y va. On passe au milieu du public, on salue la demoiselle. Allez, Nico, musique. Sean McCall, Dimitri, Fakirianov, Romain Desgranges, le français. On a Super Gauthier, Jacob Schumer, Adam Ondra, Sean McCall. Oh, cette demoiselle voulait voir Sean McCall. Waouh, c'est Sean. Tiens, j'ai envie de passer là. Ouais. Allez, Briançon, je viens vous voir. On va là. Voilà, on va vers les Italiens. On est là. On passe au milieu. On dit bonjour à Anastor, à Kylian Fischebert. Ouh, ça sent bizarre par là, hein. Allez, on passe devant la Belgique. On est toujours bien calé. On se profile, il y en a qui sont allongés par terre. On dit bonjour à la demoiselle. On avance. Où on va passer par là? Oui, mais tu vas voir Sean McCall. Regarde. Allez. On passe devant le public. On passe derrière l'équipe japonaise. On va aller par là. Je suis passé par là pour vous, hein, pour que vous voyez Sean McCall. Allez, le public, vous les applaudissez, s'il vous plaît. On voit la capitaine Sarah. Allez, on est ici avec les drapeaux. Et mesdames et messieurs, ils arrivent sur l'estrade de Briançon. Allez! Présentation des 8 finalistes ce soir. En finale, dans une voie acrobatique. On les applaudit très fort. Allez, tout le monde dans les mains, s'il vous plaît. Tout le monde. À l'unisson, de la gauche à la droite, le fort Berwick. Et là, je peux vous dire qu'on va avoir une finale avec des Golgoths. Est-ce qu'on peut avoir une ovation de tout le monde en même temps, s'il vous plaît? Alors, le premier que l'on va retrouver ce soir, celui qui a 6 titres de champion du monde, toutes catégories en poche, 14 podiums et 2 victoires en difficulté, c'est sa 41e Coupe du Monde. Applaudissements pour le Canadien, Sean McCall. Deuxième finaliste. Il en est à 7 Coupes du Monde. C'est sa première finale ce soir. Il frappe pour le Japon. Il va falloir l'aider. Applaudissements pour Minoru Nakano, Japan. Troisième finaliste, 34 Coupes du Monde, un podium. Il représente la belle équipe italienne, Monsieur Stefano Ghisolfi. Coupes du Monde pour lui, pas encore un seul podium de réaliser. Il est puissant. puissant, il va se tordre dans tous les sens ce soir. He's representing Russia, Dimitri Fakiryanov. Là, vous allez péter les plombs, j'imagine. Il en est à sa 82e Coupe du Monde. Il était champion d'Europe en 2013. Une victoire, 6 podiums. Une ovation pour le Français, Romain Desgranges. « 23 Coupes du Monde. Il a 2 titres de champion du monde. C'est le premier grimpeur à avoir fait ça dans l'histoire. Champion du monde de bloc à Munich l'année dernière. Champion du monde de diff à Riron l'année dernière. Et en même temps, il nous sort une voix 9 plus. Vous le connaissez, la légende vivante de l'escalade, Adam Andra, ceux qui est le public. Lui aussi est rentré dans l'histoire, 52 Coupes du Monde. C'est le premier grimpeur à avoir remporté 7 Coupes du Monde sur 10 dans la même saison. 32 podiums, 14 victoires. He's climbing from Austria. Big applause for Jakob Schubert. Et mesdames et messieurs, pour sa 43e Coupe du Monde, celui qui est en tête des demi-finales, 3 podiums dans sa carrière, le Français, l'incroyable Super Gauthier. Allez, innovation pour les grimpeurs. Et c'est parti pour l'observation.
Well, there's a very energetic introduction of the climbers. What a beautiful, beautiful intro there, with some of the local kids bringing on all the different flags. And I'm just having a look down the list. Unless I'm wrong, check the program. We've got two French athletes, but we still have all the others from different countries. So two French athletes there, considering we had 8 different countries on the women's category. Well, let's go through our list of athletes as they all have a look up the wall now. Sean McCall, well, I think it's fair to say he didn't expect to make this final. He gave a goodbye wave after the semi-final, and as you can see, he's a man who's well, he didn't make the final in Chamonix either. But, he is a man who's obviously lead and speed. He's very busy on and bouldering, but here he's made the finals, and he was the silver medalist in 2012. And in 2014 made 6th place. That's Sean McCall, 27 years old, our reigning overall champion. Minoru Nakano is a man who's 30 years old. He's definitely a latecomer, you could say. He's a man who's obviously a big climber, outdoor, and has not done so much competition. I'm just having a look. He only started competition in 2013. Can you believe? So it's never, just goes to show it is never too late to start. He got into the final in Hayang earlier on. He finished in 6th place there. So this is his 2nd final, and well, wonderful to see him here competing. And he's only got a dozen World Cups to his name. Two times he's been to Briançon, and actually he's not even made the semi-final. So here he will be thrilled at making through to the final.
La voix n'est pas sortie hier. On espère évidemment que la voix sortira ce soir. Elle va être encore physique, spectaculaire, avec un gros jeté au milieu.
Stefano Ghisolfi of Italy. He's 22 years old, but he's one of those who we've seen a lot of. As I was watching a video of him on YouTube, actually, on some Ninja Warrior program where he was doing some incredible moves. In fact, I think Sean McCall's been a bit busy on that front as well. And Stefano wasn't very happy at all with how his World Cup went in Chamonix, but he's back with a bang here. And there's his finals here. 2 6th place. He didn't do so well in 2014. Was much lower down the placings. But 3 gold and 3 silvers to his name on his result system. And well, he was finalist in Chamonix, finished in 7th place overall. Next up, from Russia, Dmitry Fakiryanov. He's was a finalist in Chamonix. He ended up finishing in 8th place. Has been an actually competed in the youth since 2010, but got involved in the seniors. In fact, he competed in Barcelona in 2011 and just finished in 9th place there. So he's a man only 20 years old. There's a lot more to come from this man in the future. And his Briançon record, this is his first final here in Briançon, and it's his 3rd attempt. And he's certainly one to watch out for the future. He could be an outside bet of a podium here tonight. Well, this man, Romain Degrange, there's going to be a lot of cheering for him. He's a serial finalist, as you can see on that list. His last 6 events, he's made final after final. Not quite threatened the podium too many times. 2 bronze medals there in Wujiang and Mokpo from last year. But he's, I'm looking down his list. He's been final after final for so many years. He's a man who's been competing on the World Tour. In fact, he goes back to 2000 when he first started competing. And as you can see, his ranking record goes back to 2003 there, where he was 44th ranked. Here in Briançon, well, he took the silver medal here last year. Can he go one better here tonight? So we go from the crowd favourite, Romain Degrange, and next up, Adam Ondra. Well, what is there to say about him? The current world lead and world boulder, world champion, is the man to beat. Certainly been competing at such a high level. He's been doing all the events at boulder and lead this season, and he's been podiuming, if that is a verb, on every one of them. Chongqing is the only one where he finished a little bit low down. In fact, he didn't have a very good one in the Haiyang either, finishing in 5th, but everything else, you're looking down this list I've got in front of me, first, second, third, he's always there or thereabouts. And if you manage to beat Adam Ondra, it means you're going to be doing pretty well. He was 8th place in Briançon last year. Well, he's definitely, you know, you would bet on him getting onto the podium here. And he's in 3rd place, equal with Degrange actually, coming into this. So if Countback may actually see a tie, it's not very often you see that. Coming up next, Jakob Schubert. Well, this Iron Man of climbing is, by his standards, has not had such a good season. In lead climbing in Chamonix, he was 28th, and even on the boulder season, in Toronto he's 13th, in Vail he was 10th. So he's certainly a man who has just not had such a good time. But at Chamonix, he moved up a little bit. He finished 6th in Chamonix, made the final. But he's certainly, this is of course only his lead climbing, so I'm referring to some of the boulder climbing that he's had beforehand. As for Briançon, well, he had a bad one in 2013, but he's been on the podium 3 times in the past 4 years, and you would, well, it will be very interesting to see how he comes off here today. He obviously likes it round here in Briançon, and he comes into this final in 2nd place. And who is it in first? Well, I think the locals are going to be very happy indeed to see that it's a Frenchman, Gaultier Super, age 24, and a man who has been a serial finalist as well. Looking at the Asia Tour, Cragno, he was finishing 12th, so didn't make the final there, and 5th place in Chamonix last time out. He's a man who's definitely going to be dangerous and looked very, very good indeed when he was climbing in the semi-finals. Here in Briançon, well, he goes back to 2010, of course. Obviously, a lot of the French athletes will climb their local events more. And, well, he's made finals in the last 2 years, 5th and 7th and 5th in the last 2 years. So can he go any better? It's going to be interesting to see. Sheila's just joined me.
Hi, everybody.
With a cardigan as well. Yeah, it's we're getting ready for moths galore tonight, I think, again. They're all starting to come in. It's going to be a good final. We spoke to Adam earlier, the route setter, and he was telling us about this route and saying that we can expect it to be quite similar, that he thinks it's going to be this area, this little dogleg area where it hooks out to the left. He thinks that's going to catch them all out in different ways. And the hold on the far left there, the little orange one, which is number 44, that's quite a slopey one, and that one's going to give some problems. He thinks there's going to be some difficulties all around that area, but he is hoping that somebody gets right to the top. And I didn't notice, but there's a specially built clip coming off the roof. So
Yeah, right at the
they
top.
have to stand on there. They have to stand on that little shark fin and clip right at the very top of the roof to complete the problem. Hopefully they all notice that.
Yeah. Just as well they're not scared of heights, really. Oh, they'll have seen it all right.
And you notice also there is the tiniest of holds right at the very, very top, which they just need to touch.
Yeah. Just to get their balance and be able to pull up and go and clip on. Well, let's hope we see that, because it's certainly unusual.
Yeah, it certainly is unusual.
But before they get there, there's a whole wall of pain, because I was just up sneaking a couple of photos from the privileged position we're in here as they were doing the athletics presentation, and the early holds are, some of them you're like, well, surely that's a foot, and then you realise, no, actually it's a handhold. They're very tiny little crimps on the first left-hand sweep, certainly. And well, we'll see. Anybody who's a bit nervous and comes out a bit tense, they'll be over crushing those, and they'll get really pumped really quickly.
Yeah. Well, you know, the first man up, Sean McCall, you know, he waved goodbye yesterday. He was sure that he hadn't qualified.
Yeah.
And, you know, he came off early. He still thought he had plenty to give, and in his mind, he felt. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, when somebody has a poor one, you know, Blanky came off very early and had a bit of a bad one, bit of a slip of a foot. And of course, the man who benefits was Sean McCall. And, you know, he may go on here with a little bit of freedom now, thinking, well, I actually shouldn't be in this final.
Certainly.
And there's no doubt a lot of the athletes will watch the video. They'll have already watched what happened in the semi-final, and I'm sure that Sean McCall is aware that he sort of got in as a bit of a lucky one, really. And he might be a little bit free here.
Well, maybe a bit like his girlfriend Mathilde Bessera, who came out in 8th position and who climbed really well to finish 4th in the ladies just earlier on. And that's exactly what I was saying to you when she came out. It's like nothing to lose. Didn't expect to be here. Going to give it everything. Climb, relax, pretty much. Well, as far as you can when there's all this noise and people watching and lights and moths. And so yes, well, we'll see. But you know, Sean is a seasoned competitor. He knows what he's about. It's just that. He is used to having quite a quick pace, because he always says, well, I don't really have a lot of stamina, so I really just need to chug along. Although I think he's doing himself a huge disfavour when he says that. But really, having seen the early part of the route, I don't think you can rush it. So.
Well, here it comes.
But then never underestimate the talent of these climbers. It's mental, the stuff that they're setting for them and that they pull off, you know?
Yeah.
Sean, of course, climbs for Canada but lives in France now. He and Mathilde moved recently this year to Chambéry. They're both at the Chambéry Club, whereas before they were in the Toulouse area, if that's it means anything to anybody who's not French. But certainly really enjoys being in Europe, and therefore having easy access to the facilities and the European legs of the World Cups, obviously.
Well, off he goes. First climber of the night here in the men's category.
Yeah.
It is amazing, isn't it, how sometimes you can just get these weird things that happen. We had Delaney Miller who forgot to clip.
That was such a shame.
And you know, and then you see somebody like Vermont who slips over, and you know, you just never know this is what live sport's all about. This is what we're all sat here.
And particularly climbing. It's what we were saying last night. Like in tennis, if you mess up, if you put your serve out, well, you get another goal. Up into match point, of course, but in climbing, especially lead climbing and speed even more, any error is fatal, because you're off the wall and you don't get another go. At least in the bouldering you get another attempt, and while it will cost you an attempt, you do get to do it again, as I was saying last night. But wow, nice. He's such a strong climber. You know, the bouldering experience that he has definitely pays off on moves like that. Now he's going to just wrap himself around it and have a little rest, I think. There we go. Wave to the crowd, Sean. Go on, give us a little wave.
Yeah, I think the route setters were quite pleased with this little, you know, it's a little crowd pleaser here. But you know, it must be an advantage in some situations for, you know, for Sean to be such an accomplished boulderer that, you know, he can come across little awkward situations and you know, sometimes all those skills on the bouldering can come in handy.
Yeah, I think he was wise to clip there as opposed to waiting to come over. You'll notice there's some black tape on the outside of this yellow feature. It's to show that they can't use that outside edge because it would be over the side of the structure. So he's keeping well away from that. Just need to watch for any flying feet as you move up, but that's not really the kind of move that he's going to be doing next. Comes up.
This is good.
This is very good.
Having to hunt the clip there.
Oh, come on, there we go. Hoopla. Nice. So strong.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Well, I think
this is roughly the height he started to get pumped at last night, so let's see. This is looking good from Sean. It's very clean, isn't it? Very clean.
And he's very fast, only 3 minutes. And he's up to this second circular hold.
Oh, and the foot went. I think really you want to probably get your foot inside that sloper. Well, looking at it from here anyway, instead of on the top.
Yeah.
And as the evening's coming down, of course, there'll be a little bit of humidity in the air, so maybe, and it did rain earlier on, quite a lot. So, but that was really cool. Bear in mind, obviously, that Sean coming out 8th really isn't his level, you know.
No.
So maybe the next couple of climbers won't get up quite so high, because really, you know, we expected him to be better placed out of the semis, judging on past performance anyway. So, yeah, just the foot went, and so he couldn't hold the thing. We'll see it better from this angle.
We're going to see it here. This is perfect, yeah. So he puts the foot on top.
I think he probably should have put it in the loop. But, you know, we'll see what the others do. This is just so sketchy. It's really slopey, you know.
Well, Sean McCall departs. There's a question that came in on the chat. In fact, he asked it over an hour ago. So, sorry, Marco Lane. He was saying, why is the profile of lead climbing always overhanging? Why don't they have more slab? More Sheila.
Lovely question. Yes, I'm thinking.
I thought I'd lost you then.
No, I'm just like, wow, nobody's ever asked me that one before.
Yeah. Because it, you know, you're right. It is. You know, it's always these really difficult overhanging. And oh, here we go. Here's the next one.
I honestly don't know.
Okay, sorry, we don't know. We'll find.
I'm tempted to say it's about, you know, pushing them for strength and endurance, because, but at the same time, you can have very technical, very crimpy slabs that are quite testing.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily very interesting to watch, though, so I don't know. No, you stumped me. Congratulations. You've won a watch.
Yes, well done. Well, I'll tell you what, this man is an absolute joy, because, you know, we're talking about all these 16, 18-year-olds here. This is a man who's 30 years old.
And this is his first World Cup.
He started climbing in 2013 when he was 28.
Happy birthday to you. It's your first World Cup final.
And he made a final. He made a final in Hayang at the bouldering. So he does a bit of everything, this man. And but he has, you know, on the leads he's not made a final. This is his first final in lead. And you know, I'm looking at his list. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Look at that. That's a horrible hold. Nice camera.
Great. Oh, what a brilliant camera view there.
Cool.
Oh, I love that camera view.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's been in 10 or 11 World Cups, and this is his first final at lead.
As you were saying earlier, there were a packet of Japanese climbers in the semis, and they're all here tonight. Naoto Hamakada, I was talking to earlier on, and they're going to be yelling "Gamba, Gamba" anytime soon. They're just off behind us to our left. Great sense of team amongst the Japanese, always when they travel.
Looking quite comfortable here.
Yeah, they basically said, okay, well, we need someone in the final because we haven't got Sachi, and everybody expects someone Japanese in the final. Who fancies it? And he said, oh, I'll do it, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, he's flying the Japanese fight. He's not sure what to do here.
Wow. That'll cost him.
Yeah, that's going to be... there's a lot of strength being sapped there.
And yet,
and he's still
as
not
you said,
comfortable,
he's done bouldering, so maybe he could have read that a little better. But,
yeah.
But he's not the same shape as Sean either. Sean's, you know... This guy's much taller than Sean. Well, that was nice.
Get the clip in, so he got the clip in late this time.
Yeah. Just having a bit of a chalk and blow. The rest.
Yeah, there's a couple of big ones there that you can just... That orange one there looks like a...
Everything's relative, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the sort of one that I'd struggle with, but at this level, he's moving on nicely. I think he's worked a bit harder than Sean to get to this point, considering at 3 minutes that Sean was actually a good 4 or 5 holds further up.
Okay, guy from Japan, go! Gamba.
Nakano.
That's nice, come on. Okay, and he's going to get the clip here, so let's see how he tackles this next section.
That's where Sean ended up, 42.
Il profite quand même de reposer de temps en temps. Il n'a pas eu le même temps de repos que Sean.
And well, if you heard Adam talking earlier, we talked to Adam just before the break between the two events, and Adam did say that in all reality, all the athletes should get through the move section, but it was this area where things start getting a bit interesting.
Yeah, and you can see he's starting to breathing's a little bit more laboured than it was.
Yeah. And look at the size of these holds. There's nothing there. Yeah, he's having a good rest. He's really having a good look at what's coming up. I think he's realising that we may be coming towards an end here. He's getting pumped.
Well, that's nice. He's not rushing it though.
No.
A little shake out. Cool. And I think he wants to take that. No, is he got it there? That's what
now
I
he's
thought.
got
Sean
inside. And that's the one where Sean slipped.
Yeah.
So good, this is good. And he's using the opportunity to have a rest as well, which is really handy for him at this moment. So I really felt he was starting to get pumped there. Taking a break. Here comes the big move.
That was brilliant, but the one he was going up to, that's just got the slightest little edge to hold on to. In fact, you can see the chalk mark. They have 2 chalk marks on it, and that shows where you can hold it.
Yeah.
Can you see underneath it? And he was in the right place, but it's just the smallest lips. And he was pretty pumped, but that's good. He's gone into the lead. So far we're respecting the order of qualification because he's gone ahead of Sean. That's always something to put in your CV. I was ahead of Sean McCall in the World Cup final. Yeah, he was really struggling. Maybe needed to get his foot up a bit higher. I don't know, but definitely he's. How is it you say it came to a logical end? Is that
yes.
I think he got it. He'd done what he could.
Came to a natural conclusion.
A natural conclusion, that was it.
Yeah.
I think he'd done what he could, and very good too.
qui s'appelle
Interesting to see how the smaller climbers get that move.
Yeah, because that's quite a stretch there, isn't it?
Like I say, maybe needed to get his foot up to the right. Hopefully we'll have someone showing us how.
Yep, Stefano Ghisolfi is getting ready in the background.
Yep, another young guy, always very popular with the Briançon crowd. You know, we're not very far from the Italian border, so
Yep, there's a few.
quite possibly a few of them come over.
Yep, a few of the Italians have made their way.
Alors Stefano, c'est seulement un podium dans sa carrière, mais 34 Coupes du Monde.
Lovely view there.
Sure.
Going through the climb in his mind.
This is his 30. I'm stealing some information from. I'm hearing in my right here. This is his 34th World Cup, and he's had one podium.
Yep, he took the gold medal in Wujiang last year, so he'll be defending that fairly shortly. 7th place in Chamonix just a week ago.
Yeah, frequent finalist. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and only 22 years old, so a lot more we're going to see off him. And of course his sister, who also made the semi-finals.
That's right. Laura, isn't it? Laura Gisolfi, I think.
The tiniest of holds there. So all these problems, just all taking strength, all making sure that they've got to work to get up to that top area. Look at that, that's quite slidey, isn't it?
Yeah. Got to admire the DJ here. He's got a nice slow pace for the beginning of the route to let Stefano get into it, and then it's just going to go.
Yeah.
It's just all going to go punk, isn't it?
Allez, attention parce que Stefano il n'est pas du tout dedans là pour l'instant. Allez, encouragez-le s'il vous plaît, public. Il y a quand même 2-3 mouvements un petit peu toniques et agressifs. Die Stefano, die.
Yeah, no surprises, please. We don't want any more clips left and no untoward slippages. Right, that's good. Nails that, needs to get himself up onto it. It's pretty punishing, isn't it, that move?
Yeah. Well, Sean was doing a bit of the glory with his move. I think Stefano's going the same way as Nakano went.
He's looking for support from the crowd.
Alors là, je peux vous dire que quand ils font ça, c'est qu'ils se sentent plutôt pas mal quand même.
He's having a good little hold here. He's enjoying the time.
He seems to be enjoying his climb too, because if he's relaxed enough to be appealing to the crowd, he's certainly not over tense.
Dès qu'il enchaîne, tout le monde derrière Stefano Ghisolfi. Il a réclamé le public de Briançon et Briançon va répondre présent. Allez! Hors de question de laisser un cousin.
He's preferring to clip earlier than our Japanese friend.
Looking totally in control here.
Good core. Come on.
Well, if the moths weren't bad enough, I think we're being attacked by killer ants now.
Flying ants now. It's your worst nightmare,
yeah,
really, isn't it?
if I've gone quiet, it's because I'm just trying to get them all out of everywhere. They really are all over the place. For some reason, they've decided to hit us tonight.
Watch that left foot. Oh, he's okay.
Looking good. 3.5 minutes on the clock. He's taking his time. Beautiful shot to the hold there. Oh, nicely done. There you see our leaders.
Don't stop your body.
I don't know if that's a mistake, the fact that he's done what he's done with his hands. He hasn't crossed over. He's right hand on the right, so it shouldn't be a problem, but it's definitely not the way the others did it so far.
Yeah.
But it means he's going to need to push off with the left on a kind of shoulder move instead of on the other one. Shouldn't really be a problem for him, as I say.
Yeah, taking his time.
But you see, it gave him that bit of a wobble there. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh no, he should have crossed over instead of under, but well, easy to say from here, sitting on my bum. But it just looked awkward the way he was. But it was a good attempt, certainly.
Yeah, yeah. So Stefano Ghisolfi won't be in the medals tonight.
American Ninja Warrior. Pourquoi les piranhas volants ils vont que sur nous et pas sur les juges d'à côté là?
And here's the replay of just that move. Yeah, I think if he had crossed over, he wouldn't have been so unbalanced, because then he has to come right back over the other arm, and that's a bit unfortunate, really.
Well, Stefano gives a thumbs up to the crowd as we watch the replay here.
Nice
he got into a real mess here, didn't he? This was all wrong.
Yeah.
The trouble is, once you're in that situation, you can't really get out of it, can you?
No, there's no going back there. Definite Rubicon moment. Adrian, I'm just going to take advantage of the little gap to say hello to our French friends, if I may.
Of course.
Donc, je vais profiter donc parce que là, on attend la sortie de Dimitri Fakirianov pour vous saluer. Les Français qui regardent, c'est Sheila du club de Vertige qui rejoint donc Adrien pour les commentaires ici à Briançon, où il y a une foule de ouf. Hier soir déjà pour les demi-finales, on était 1500 je crois, et là je sais même pas compter tellement c'est plein à craquer. Si vous êtes déjà venus, ils en sont jusqu'à la rue, et puis on a mis le grand écran parce que ceux qui sont derrière forcément ils voient moins bien. Pour l'instant tout se passe plutôt bien pour les hommes. On a eu un petit désastre pour l'américaine Delaney Miller qui a raté une dégaine en début de voie, donc ça c'est vraiment décevant pour elle. Jane Kim qui l'emporte au rétro-classement parce qu'elle descend à la même hauteur que Jessica Pitts. Et maintenant, on est à notre jeune grimpeur russe qui va démarrer donc son effort pour cette finale de cette deuxième Coupe du Monde de l'année 2015. Donc bonne grimpe à tous. Bonne soirée ceux qui regardent sur Internet, je vous embrasse, et puis gueuler comme des tarés pour les Français qui vont arriver bientôt. Romain d'abord, et puis bien sûr Gauthier qui était juste royal en demi hier soir. Faites peur aux voisins, ouvrez les fenêtres, il fait chaud, donc voilà, ils vont penser que vous égorgez les uns les autres, mais c'est pas grave, parce qu'une Coupe du Monde de Briançon, c'est qu'une fois dans l'année. Allez, on va reprendre en anglais maintenant. That's it.
Okay, I totally agree with that. I was trying to de-ant myself. I've commentated from toilets, from broom cupboards,
Lovely.
from underneath stands at major events with crowds dropping crisp packets on me and things like that. I've never commentated with a swarm of ants in front of me and running through my hair, and also, well, I don't think there's as many moths tonight, but I think most of them got killed last night.
Quite possibly. In fact, there were lots and lots of dead moths on the floor this morning when we came in on the ground. It was awful. It's like a carpet of dead moths.
I do apologise, but we are actually really going through it here, and it's. I'm trying to take a few pictures as well. It's pretty tough, but this is Dimitri Fakirianov, and he's another one of these youngsters. They're coming through at an incredible rate. 20 years old from Russia, and has been prolific on the junior circuit. Quite a few golds to his name, and well, he's been the last 2 years. He's decided to leave the juniors behind.
Yeah.
He's gone with the seniors, and his first senior event in 2013 took 4th place in Perm, Russia. and obviously got a little bit of confidence from that and decided to tour. And he's not been making too many finals, but he did make a final in Chamonix and finished in 8th place there. So we're going to see a lot more of this young man.
He's changed his mind about how he's going to do this.
Yeah, he's not sure.
Oh, it's going to cost you, mate. It's going to cost you. No, he's in bother now. Now he's thinking he should go up and...
Yeah.
Okay, now he seems to have recovered a bit, but...
He's shaking his head there, wasn't he? He knows.
Yeah, he's got that wrong. He knew it.
And you can't just hang off at that sort of angle without it really hurting you later on down the line. Well, he is still very young and is having an extended rest, obviously, after that experience. I think he's realised that he certainly needs a bit of time.
And he's getting attacked by the ants as well.
Yeah. It's very hard for us to tell. Well, me and Sheila are watching a screen here that's half covered in ants walking around, so it's a good job we're sat right in front of the main wall, so we can just watch the live action instead of the screen.
It actually just looks like the wall is completely dappled. It's quite odd.
Well, here we go.
Right, he's off. And
I think he's struggling here, isn't he? This is not a typical lead problem, is it? This sort of thing.
Absolutely not.
They've really thrown one in, and this is where maybe a little bit of inexperience.
Oh, good grief! We're getting Kalinka. They did this in the qualifiers.
Yeah, he's struggling. He's doing it unusual. He's doing it a really hard way.
But it's going to really take it out of him.
Yeah.
It's good that he managed it, but wow.
Lovely music choice.
Yeah, fabulous.
And the crowd are all with it.
Yeah.
I love a DJ that's done his homework. You know, it's really great. He's worked hard. He's got the music. He knows if there's a Russian in the final, he was probably fist pumping under the desk that he'd actually got a Russian in the final because he'd got all this music ready. But this is quite hard work here for Dimitri.
Yeah, he's struggling here.
Yeah.
I think he could well have blown
He's looking quite pumped. I think
he may well have blown his chances here.
Yeah. If he can last another 30 seconds, I think that will be incredible. He's really struggling. He's managed to find a place for a break. Wow, didn't he need one? There's our first 3 athletes.
Well, I think his toe hook on the left was a good plan for getting and his heel hook on the right to get some energy back. But now he's going to have to come out of that, get up onto the outside of the yellow feature, and push up. And I think he's done. I hope he isn't, but I think he's not going to get much further than this. That was a massive energy sapper that he just went through.
Yeah.
Davai Dimitri.
Yeah, he's going to have to move soon. There's 5.5 minutes on the clock. Bearing in mind, Sean McCall was 3 minutes on the clock when he actually came off. And he's got to make a move sooner or later.
There he goes.
Here we go. Lovely view of that. Look at how tight that is. What a view.
Yeah, you just want to be hanging upside down. Well, not upside down, but hanging off of that on a Saturday night, don't you? He's lost his feet again. I mean, every time he does that, that's energy again.
Yeah.
It's just not as fluid as we've seen from the other climbers.
Well, he's got to keep an eye on the clock now because he only has 1.5 minutes, and the rate he's been going. This is very slow moving.
I don't think he's going to take the 1.5 minutes, Adrian. I think he'll be coming down, but
yeah.
He's really done well to get here from where he was at, to be honest. Got to admire his fight. See, he went under. He's crossing under instead of over, which is all he did, and that was definitely the way to do it. No, that's it. Oh no, he's changed his mind. That's pretty cool.
Well done, well done.
Yeah.
And his foot's on the
Now
top
he's
one.
thinking,
Oh,
well,
and there he
you go.
goes. Yeah, it's a real slopey one at the top there, isn't it?
Yeah,
And,
that was not what he needed when he just seemed to be getting kind of back into it. But in any case, there was only another 42 seconds left, and there was no way he was going to.
Absolutely.
No, but he really fought for that. Well done.
Yeah, great fighting performance from a young Russian, Dmitry Fakarinov, and he's done superbly there. He won't be in the medals, but he's certainly a fighter, isn't he? That was a fight all the way up.
Yeah, but a fight that he created for himself. He really, you know, he just got himself into bother, and that was that. Okay, so hold on to your earmuffs, Adrian, because it's just going to go mental behind us here. Our first French climber of the night coming out, Romain Desgranges. He was disappointed with his semi. He didn't want to be coming out in 4th position, and he certainly doesn't want to end up in 4th position, which has been kind of his fetish.
We just see on the replay there that the foot on the top, and as Sean McCall showed earlier, that doesn't work, and he just loses the footing and that's him gone.
Just as he was trying to push up off it.
Look at this. Yeah. What a great view. Romain Desgranges takes the arena.
The eldest competitor this evening, seeing as Ramon isn't here, and
32 years old.
Yep, European champion last year. Unfortunately, couldn't retain his title this year. Has done many finals.
Yeah.
And some podiums, but not as many as I think everybody would agree he deserves in terms of the quality of his climbing. It seems to be just nerves get the better of him in finals.
Yeah.
Which is something that he readily admits. I'm not being nasty.
Well, I think, you know, looking at his results, he's actually had a bit of a revival, really, I think, of late. And, you know, he was silver medalist in Briançon last year. And just looking down his recent results, you know, from IMST in 2013, all of his results have been single digits. So it means that he's made mainly finals.
Yes.
And he's taken the silver medal at Briançon, he's taken bronze at Mokpo, bronze at Wujiang. He was 4th place in Chamonix.
Yep.
So he's been very consistent for the last 3 years.
Yep.
But as you say, if you go back a little bit earlier, you know, there's some quite a lot of double digits. So you just seem to have sort of had a little bit of a dip when most people are really flourishing and climbing their best.
Yeah. He's managing to readjust his hand there. I had a bit of a panic on. I thought he got that completely wrong.
And out of all his events,
hesitating. Allez, Momo.
And as you say, out of all of them, he's just won the one, which was the European Championships in Chamonix.
That's right. He was very disappointed to come off where he did at the World Championships in Spain. Definitely has his eye on that title next year.
La première place et surtout aller prendre le podium, il peut le faire avec Super Gauthier ce soir.
I like we have the local gendarmerie here doing the belay work.
No, they're not gendarmes. They're the Alp rescue. They're a special elite force.
Right.
It's the PGHM. It's the I can't remember what the P is, and it's gendarmes de haute montagne. So they are gendarmes, but they're a special unit.
Right.
These aren't the ones that are going to pull you over for drink driving. They're the ones that are going to come and get you off the mountain if something happens to you.
Okay.
In fact, the man that went and got Philippe Ligereau when he had his fatal accident, he was one of the belayers on the qualification. Allez, Momo. Oh là là. Non, Momo. Aïe, aïe, aïe.
Oh, Romain.
Ça, c'est ce qu'il fait aussi, hein, l'escalade.
Well, he
looked really tense when there was the athletes presentation, and I think he was again, and it's a slip and it's a disaster for Romain.
Yeah. Well,
He's going to be really disappointed.
his face tells it all.
Yeah.
The crowd here are shocked. They cannot believe what they've just seen. And their man won't be on the podium. Let's have a look at it again. We're all looking. What happened here? Oh, just a...
On peut l'applaudir, s'il vous plaît. Terminé.
Foot goes
A
and
foot,
that's it.
yeah, the foot came away. And then he brought him away and he just wasn't able to hold on. We'll get a better angle here. Here we go. There's the foot. There's the hit on the... Oh, the foot just came off.
When he sees this, he's going to have a feeling of déjà vu, I think, because
Yeah.
it was his foot that went at Goujon as well. Oh, so disappointed for him.
Yep, well, let's have a look at the scores as they stand. And a very disappointing night there for Romain Degrange. He's not been put on there in the scores, but obviously that's not going to be a troubling the scorers too much.
Yeah.
That was, I think that's a 31 or a 30. Here's Adam Ondra.
Just noticing Dimitri having fought so hard because of the countback, he's actually ahead of. He's actually sitting in second place at the moment, so he really did well.
Yeah. Well, here's Adam Ondra.
Well, this will cheer the crowd up because they love him, but certainly that was a shocker for Romain Degrange. Everybody's quite taken aback.
Wonderful to see Adam having a go at all the competitions this year.
Yeah.
And it's a joy to see him, and we've you know, you get everything. You get the complete package with Adam. You know, he truly cares about his climbing.
Yeah.
We've had a few kicks at the wall. We've had a few tantrums.
Yes.
But you know, Adam is he's a competitor, and he wants to win, and he really does.
Remember, in terms of disasters, he had one too at Chamonix. Was it last year or the year before?
Yeah.
And he didn't make the first clip.
Yeah.
And, that was when he was kicking the wall. He was pretty and throwing. I think he threw his chalk bag or his shoes or something. He was really pretty peeved. Got quite a bad rope burn on the back of his right knee, I noticed as well.
Yeah. Well, he was kicking the wall a bit in Toronto as well when he thought he may have not qualified for the final, as it did. It worked out for him, and he did pretty well in the end there.
Well, I think the least you could say is he's quite passionate about his climbing.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And it's great. It's brilliant to see. Truly cares. He's been balancing climbing with his studies, and considering the amount of climbing he does, I don't know how he manages it. Yeah.
Maybe it's a correspondence course.
He's certainly enjoying life.
I think, you know, he realises he's pretty blessed in terms of his talent, and that he can just do what he loves best, you know. Oh, heel on that instead of the cup on the inside.
That's just showing off.
It's certainly confidence. It shows.
Oh, wow.
And he's using a kind of knee bar action there to regroup. Can't quite wrap himself around it the way Sean did because he's got much longer legs, but it's the same idea. And he's gone up with the left hand, maybe just to rest, maybe reposition. So I think it's definitely a crossover. There we go. Unbelievable is the music we're hearing in the background, and I think that's probably pretty accurate description of the guy that's on this wall.
Yeah. No trouble whatsoever. He's racing around here. There's the leaderboard. As you see, this is where Degrange came off.
Yeah.
Remember, for all the people here in the crowd,
obviously he's very, very confident in his approach to this route tonight.
Don't let Adam Ondra alone.
The crowd are loving this.
He's unbelievable.
Just a man at work.
Point, Adam, point.
You've got to be a bit careful when the DJ is singing "He's Unbelievable." You got to keep your mind on the job in hand.
Yeah.
Well, he's I don't think we've seen anybody use that so far. He's going straight. Oh, there he goes across.
That's right enough. It's right enough. That's what everybody else did too. He's feeling his way across there. He hasn't had much of a rest, really.
No.
Oh, no, that was not the way that was supposed to go for him. He's going to be majorly frustrated with that. He knew what he wanted to do, he knew where he was going, and he just came off.
Yeah.
He was looking really confident and just came off on the crimp.
Well, he feels every emotion there, doesn't he? You can just see it in the body language. He's looking up and he's, oh, why did I just do that?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this is an open arena. The next two climbers are sitting out at the back. They are in no doubt that nobody has gone to the top of this route. Obviously, they don't know exactly where everybody else has come off, but they know that Adam Ondra has come off early.
Yeah, the foot slip there.
And they know that Romain came off really early. And they must be saying, I'm in with a chance here.
Here it is, the left foot.
Yeah.
Watch this. Just goes. And there's nothing else for the foot to go against.
When I first saw him come off, I thought it was his hand that had gone.
Yeah, it was the foot. The foot just comes away.
No, it's his finger, see?
No, but
maybe the foot first.
The foot first, yeah.
Yeah, quite possibly,
Yeah, the foot completely lost balance.
I think what he was trying to do was to bring the left foot over and smear a little bit on the wall to get there, and it just didn't happen. But
well, as you say, it's totally wide open now.
Cat pigeons form a sentence. Wow.
There you see, there's our leaderboard. Sean McCall might be getting a medal around his neck. He didn't even think he'd made the final. 2 more to go yet.
Well, anything's possible, as we've seen, because we've pretty much had it all here in Briançon between last night and tonight. Missed clips, slipping feet, slipping hands, misreading routes. But, you know, there are solid climbers in this world, and one of them is just about to set off. Jakob Schubert very rarely makes mistakes. Takes his job very seriously, shall we say? Works hard, parties hard.
He hasn't had such a good time of things by his standards. We've not seen him on the podium so far this year, and he has been doing the bouldering events as well. So to not make a podium is unusual, for sure. Was sixth place in Chamonix at the European Championships.
But he was looking very strong in qualifications and in semis here.
Yeah.
He was one of the, there were only 3 of them who topped the 2 qualifiers. There was him, Ramon, and Romain Desgranges. And nobody topped the semi, as we know.
Just a couple of little light drops of rain, but nothing serious. Just hope it holds off. 2 more climbers. The weather forecast was saying that it should be pretty clear.
Well, I'm hoping we had it all this afternoon, because it was murder.
Yeah, there was. It wasn't heavy, but it was just consistent for a good 2 or 3 hours.
Well, it was when I was out. I was trying to climb earlier on. I say trying because I was rubbish. But there are days like that, and just literally between the crag, which was in a kind of gorge thing, and the car, the heavens just opened. And it was pelting, and it was on one of these sort of zigzag, you know, like hairpin, what do you call them, switchbacks in the road, and it was like a river. And it was just down the road. It wasn't in Briançon, it was in Argentière, where the bouldering's taking place next week. And it was mental. So let's see how he approaches this odd feature. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, that's the more conventional way. Adam really was showing off. The thing was, he really was showing off on that moment because he knew he could have put the heel in the big cup, but just went, I don't need to. I can do it on the small one.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think it's a really good hand. Where Jakob has the hand, I think there's a real lip to it. You can get a really good grip. So, but still, if you could get a heel in, then obviously it's more restful.
Yeah.
Et pour le moment, il a l'air vraiment bien, Jakob.
Jakob's just visualizing the next sequence of movements.
Taking his
3
time.
or 4 to get over to the left-hand side of the wall, and then we'll be doubling back on ourselves.
Il a subi un échec dans une compétition. Il a demandé à son entraîneur de lui refaire le mouvement. Allez, dès qu'il enchaîne, on y va, bon Jakob.
Here we go. Clips early. Having trouble.
Struggling to clip early. There we go.
Allez, on lâche rien.
Okay.
Move après move, le public, c'est les 2 derniers grimpeurs. Allez. Lui, si vous le mettez en confiance, il peut tout détruire.
What's he doing? His left hand should be on the top there. There's even a chalk mark that shows him.
Manu Romain ici, lors de cette finale endiablée, où Manu avait fini 2e.
Why?
Allez, Jakob, attention à cette
All right, fair enough, but you would have thought he could just have gone straight there and saved himself the.
Yeah.
Il va regarder ce qu'il attend. Ça enchaîne vite pour Jakob Schubert.
Okay, this is good. He's not looking too pumped. Looking too pumped at all.
Il est bien dans le rythme, voilà, il lâche rien, il est dynamique.
Looking ahead, this is where the business end is. Nobody's really managed to get through into that really top area yet.
Well, he's got a bit of work ahead of him before we think about that, to be honest. As we've seen, there's all sorts of things that can happen between here and there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is okay. I'm not getting really nervous with every climber that come out, thinking, what could go wrong now, you know?
Well, he missed the left one, but he swings over. Yeah.
Fine. Whoop. Allez.
Everybody go!
So this is the clip. This is the hold. That's where Ondra went. Schubert's foot holds.
That's it. It's got the arm of under like Chisolfi did. That's not fabulous, but he's there still. Okay. No, he's got his foot in the top.
Oh, he's gone on the top.
No.
As soon as he puts weight on, there he goes.
Oh, crikey.
Well, it's drawn 3 of them in. Jakob Schubert goes down. Wow.
Oi. Now, this is what the French would call a boulevard for Gauthier Super. It's all here for his taking if he can just...
Yeah.
Well, if you can just do it, I mean, it sounds so obvious, sorry, but yeah, this is not gone to plan at all.
Yeah. Well, Jakob Schubert, with 1 climber to go, Jakob Schubert is in 2nd place. Minoru Nakano
in
is
his
leading.
First lead World Cup
in his
final
first
is guaranteed a
well, he's going to get at least a silver medal. Absolutely unbelievable. And, you know, when he was in the semi-final, he was way down the field for qualification. He was one of the early climbers.
That's right.
Hopefully we'll get the leaderboard on screen right now. Just to get it. Jakob Schubert just waves to the crowd. He departs. And this is the leaderboard as we stand with 1 climber to go.
I was just looking around at the Japanese group and they're grinning. They just figured it out for themselves. They're like, look at the smiles. They're just like, oh my God, he's got a medal. He's got a medal.
He's going to get, yeah. Well, it could be a gold. There you look.
Le Duc, originaire de Chambéry.
So,
Monsieur Super Gauthier.
And there's a Frenchman.
Okay.
Of the Beelers.
It's not just any Frenchman. This guy is so popular. We've all seen him grow up. He's gained in maturity over the past few years. You were talking about kicking walls and flinging chalk bags before. That was him before he was a bad boy. And now he's going through his studies. He's doing marketing. He's doing really well at quite a high-flight marketing school in Grenoble. and training at the pole, the French pole in Voiron. And got to say, got a big soft spot for the young man. He's lovely, and I just would love to see this. I may get hysterical. Only dogs will hear me at the end if he gets there. But
24 years old. And he's been competing seriously on the World Cup circuit, going back to 2009 on seniors. He's been in plenty of finals, so that's going to hold him well because he knows the experience of finals. He was 5th place in Chamonix just last week.
That's right. He got a bronze at Valence a couple of years ago.
Yes, you're right, in 2013. That's the only time he's actually been on the podium. So what an opportunity for him here to do something quite incredible.
And even if he comes off at the same point as our Japanese friend, he'll win on countback. So his nickname is the Gibbon because he's got these really long arms and a very swingy style. Loves climbing outdoors. Just had the biggest grin last night after the semis.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Very good, Eddie.
Well, after the disappointment of Romain de Grange earlier,
all the crowd's hopes, the French crowd's hopes are going to be on this man.
Everything is on Gaultier now. Final climb of the night.
Allez, go, amuse-toi, amuse-toi. C'est tout là pour toi, mec. Allez. He's a guy who climbs really well when he's relaxed and enjoying himself. I just hope he doesn't let it get to him.
We are thoroughly enjoying this wonderful evening here. We're live 10:30 at night.
Oh God, talk about risk-taking. Jeez, he's playing with my nerves.
Good job, he had a good grip there. That was a little bit of an error, but he survives. And this is exactly where de Grange went off. Come on, Gaultier.
Don't jinx him, please. Don't jinx him. Allez, Gucci.
Yeah, he's having a good break here. I think he's realising there's not going to be a lot further up this wall. Give him a chance to rest. This is the chance to take a little bit of a break. 2.5 minutes on the clock. He's got up here fairly quickly. Here we go.
Very good, Eddie.
Gaultier Supper makes the move.
Oh la la,
slip of the foot, but he recovers. That's 2 little slips so far.
I'm wondering if it isn't getting quite humid up there, you know.
Good so far.
That's cool.
Now you see on the screen, still a fair bit to go. He needs to get around this corner. And remember, Nakano is the only man who actually stood inside that hole.
Right.
It's all about that orange hold you can see to the left of Super's head.
Yeah, don't want to say I told you, but I did tell you.
You spotted it first climb, absolutely right. You were there. And you know, that could well be the deciding factor.
Allez, Gucci, allez,
Will
allez,
you read it? This one
they're going hysterical behind me, come on.
Wow, they're going crazy.
One hold. No, drop your foot, no, yes.
Has he got it? He's got it. Oh, he's moved on. Yes! And he's got the top hold as well, 44. Sheila's going crazy next to me. Gaultier Supper is going to take the gold here at Briançon. I've had to turn Sheila's microphone off. She's going absolutely crazy. I think the clothes are going to be in the air shortly at this range. Super is nearly at the top. He has taken the gold. He's got that confirmed.
I can't talk. This is amazing.
Just enjoy it, Sheila.
I'm so made up. This is just fabulous. Puis même la France, mais c'est trop. Ici à Briançon. Non, pour Gauthier, oui.
But he takes the gold. the thumbs up from the crowd.
Excuse me
It's
while I
gold for France.
scream. Oh, what a fantastic effort. Oh my God.
And the crowd here all the way back and jumping up and down.
Le public, innovation pour Gauthier.
Gauthier has taken the gold for France. Look at that view, what a view. Everyone's on their feet. There's little kids jumping up and down next to me. They've just seen something incredible. And the Frenchman has taken gold in front of his home crowd.
That's amazing.
Wow. And Sheila, he managed it. He put his foot on top.
Yep.
On peut l'applaudir encore une fois.
And here's Manu Romain, who's a former winner here, who's a local climber from Briançon, used to be in the French team, and he's now retired. He's his first out to congratulate him. That's really cool, really cool.
Wonderful, really
They've
wonderful.
been teammates for ages, and there's just grins everywhere. Yeah, this is fabulous. Charlotte Dubif is giving him the hug I wish I was giving him, but you know, I'm sure he appreciates it all the more from her.
Well, there's going to be a presentation ceremony shortly, but we are going to try and get a quick in through the effort. Sheila, I'm going to say thank you very much. You go off and give Gauthier a great big sloppy
I
kiss.
will do.
And we're going to maybe talk to him with lipstick on his face, no doubt,
Fair
very
enough.
shortly. Sheila, lovely. Thank you very much.
No problem.
We're going to just try and get a quick word with Gauthier very shortly, so just bear with us.
Juste le temps de poser les résultats, d'attendre une réclamation. Et on y va pour les podiums.
Well, we're just waiting on for a second. We're going to try and get a few words with our winners.
Allez, restez avec nous, hein. Il faut surtout pas partir et célébrer le podium de Gauthier. Le podium aussi évidemment de la Coréenne, hein, Kim Jae-in. Vous avez juste le temps de recharger une petite bière à la buvette. Et on se retrouve avec Monsieur le maire et tous nos élus sur place. Allez, je vais inviter Monsieur le maire à nous rejoindre sur scène, Monsieur Gérard Forme. Je voudrais aussi inviter Josiane Forme, notre présidente du mondial de l'escalade, à nous rejoindre. Pierre Rioux, le président de la Fédération française montagne et escalade, à monter sur scène. Et Marcos Polaris, le président de la Fédération internationale d'escalade, à nous rejoindre. Et s'il vous plaît, innovation pour nos élus qui sont là, pour Josiane Forme.
Kim Jae-in, great performance here. You know, you must be thrilled. Yesterday you had a wonderful performance to the top. Didn't make the top today, but you're still happy?
Actually, I wanted to get the top in the final very much.
Yeah.
And I will be ashamed to miss the top, but actually last Chamonix World Cup I was not so good because I got a big place, but I believe that I prepare really well, and yeah, this competition, I think my body condition was really nice, and I'm just happy to get first this competition.
And you must love Briançon. This is 3 golds in 3 years here.
Yeah.
You know, you love it here.
I cannot believe that because 4 years ago I couldn't get final in Briançon, yeah.
Wow.
But after that, yeah, I got 3 gold medal here. I like very much. Yes.
Congratulations. We'll see you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Gauthier.
Donc, nous sommes très heureux d'avoir, il y a 5 ans, 6 ans maintenant, d'avoir relancé ce mondial qui risquait de partir ailleurs. Grâce à Philippe. Philippe nous a poussés. Je crois qu'il faut quand même redire un mot de Philippe Ligereau. Philippe Ligereau est celui qui a donné une densité à cette épreuve, qui lui a donné tout son élan. Avec Josiane qui est là à côté de nous, qui vit aussi du moment pas facile, mais elle est courageuse. Bravo, je vous demande de la saluer, de l'applaudir parce que c'est super.
Gauthier, you're the man of the night here in Briançon. How is that feeling when you have so many, a few 2,000-3,000 Frenchmen and women cheering you on?
It was just perfect, just an amazing route. I would like to win at home, but now it's real.
Yeah,
I'm really satisfied. Yeah.
Did you realise when you were going on to the wall? Did you realise that some of the others had come off early, and there was a chance for you to take the gold?
Yes, but I just want to find a bad it. I just want to climb and have fun.
And you climbed fantastically. It was wonderful to see a Frenchman taking the gold here in Briançon, and it's your first gold as well. So congratulations. You're still very young. You know, we're going to see a lot more of you.
I hope. Thank you.
I hope so as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Okay.
Elle a travaillé très longtemps avec Fifi, donc tout le monde a le cœur en peine ce soir. Mais en plus, elle vit des moments difficiles personnellement. Je voudrais qu'on l'applaudisse très fort, Josiane, s'il vous plaît, qui est présent avec nous dans le cœur et dans les jambes.
Bonsoir à tous. Je vous remercie d'être venus aussi nombreux. C'est une façon comme une autre de rendre hommage à Philippe, qui était mon ami pendant 16 ans, et je ne peux pas oublier. Je vous remercie. Je remercie aussi tous les gens qui ont sponsorisé ou aidé la manifestation, conseil général, le conseil départemental, la ville de Briançon. Et je voudrais vous remercier aussi.
Jakob, you got onto the podium. It's not been such a good season for you this year by your standards, but do you feel that this is turning a corner a little bit now, and you know you're going to progress on?
Well, I mean, the lead season just started. I mean, what happened in bouldering doesn't really have to do anything with lead. I mean, the 2 World Cups in bouldering, okay, they didn't go so well, but that's how bouldering is sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good so far in lead. I could have done a lot better in Chamonix. I just made a mistake. Fell earlier than I could have. That's also sometimes it happens. Today I climbed a lot better than in Chamonix, I think. Also yesterday, felt really good on this wall. It was a nice route. I really enjoyed the atmosphere with the huge crowd here. Still thought I could have done like a couple of more moves.
Yeah.
It felt like almost a boulder problem where I fell and I kind of slipped off in the last second. I almost had the hold, so I'm like kind of like disappointed just because I was psyched to like climb a bit further. I was like not fully done with my endurance, but I had a lot of fun and I'm happy to be back on the podium, and yeah, I'm definitely confident for the rest of the season.
We were saying in the commentary, you know, it looked like the Jakob looked like the Jakob we knew. You looked strong, and when you came off, it wasn't you were pumped. It was just an error. And of course, in lead climbing, you know, you're one of the perfect guys to comment about lead. In bouldering, you can make a mistake, dust yourself off, and go again. In lead, you make one mistake and you're gone.
Exactly, that's how it is, and I mean, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. I'm happy to be on the podium. It's awesome to see Gauthier standing on the first position for his first time. He really deserved it. He climbed so well in semifinals and finals. It was really impressive to see him climbing like that. And I mean, I haven't had like enough endurance training yet to be able to say that I'm in my best shape ever. I mean, after Vail, there was like 4 weeks until Chamonix, so I definitely think I can improve my shape in like the rest of the season and like be even stronger in the next World Cups.
Yeah. Jakob, it's brilliant talking to you again. Well done, and we'll see you again in the future. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. See you. Thank you.
Marco vous parlera quand même de la suite et ça sera quand même très très intéressant. Merci à vous en tout cas, merci d'être si nombreux.
c'est quand même les deux Coupes du Monde au monde où il y a quand même beaucoup de spectateurs avec Chamonix. Merci à vous, c'est fantastique.
Je vais faire venir maintenant à mes côtés, sous vos applaudissements, le président de l'IFFC, s'il vous plaît, mesdames et messieurs, Marcos Colaris, qu'on applaudit très fort. Aussi, voilà, c'est grâce à lui aussi qu'on a des Coupes du Monde un petit peu partout sur la planète. On va pas parler peut-être des Jeux Olympiques. On est de retour sur la shortlist, ça peut-être d'autres choses à nous dire.
Oui, d'abord, il faut dire qu'on a passé une semaine magique en France, qui est couronnée finalement par une médaille d'or, donc félicitations à l'équipe de nœuds, mais aussi par une médaille d'argent en concurrent japonais. Ça c'est important aussi, parce que ça démontre effectivement la vitalité du mouvement escalade au Japon. Vous savez, on est rentré dans la shortlist, on est en train de préparer un nouveau dossier qui va partir cette semaine, et après on va présenter l'escalade à Tokyo début du mois d'août, pour essayer effectivement d'être pris en compte pour le jeu 2020. Et c'est sûr que quand on participe, on est présent des compétitions comme ici et on voit le public et on sent vraiment la force du public, l'amour pour l'escalade. Ben c'est vraiment un fond d'inspiration pour continuer à se battre et pour donner un avenir en futur olympique à nos athlètes. Donc, merci, c'est pas fini, il y a encore le championnat d'Europe jeune mardi et mercredi à l'Argentière. Donc, la magie continue. Merci au comité d'organisation, merci à la ville, merci à la féminine, merci aux athlètes et merci à vous, encore une fois. Bon, effectivement, on a l'intention de continuer. 2 ans, 3 ans, 4 ans, on verra bien. Mais c'est sûr qu'ici, on est capable de faire un grand spectacle. Donc, merci à tous et l'année prochaine.
Voilà. J'allais dire, ne ratez pas le rendez-vous la semaine prochaine. Dès demain, on aura la présentation, dès après-demain, lundi, on aura la présentation à l'Argentière, à l'ABC, des championnats d'Europe jeunes de bloc. Il va y avoir vraiment un spectacle incroyable, ça se prolongera, donc ça commencera mardi matin, mercredi, ensuite il y aura une journée où ils pourront se relâcher, aller grimper à l'île froide, et puis vendredi et samedi on accueillera le tout à bloc, qui est un open international qui a énormément aussi d'expérience. On a toujours fait la difficulté ici à Briançon, et le bloc là-bas, un peu plus bas dans la vallée, donc ne ratez pas ça. Mesdames et messieurs, comme on vous l'a dit, on vous l'a fait comprendre, l'année a été très difficile. Il y a un homme qui a tout repris avec son équipe et ça a été loin d'être un travail très facile à faire. Je voudrais qu'on lui fasse une ovation. C'est Franck, s'il vous plaît, nouvel organisateur du mondial de l'escalade avec son équipe, Valou, Jean, le club associé. Allez-y, vous pouvez lui faire une ovation. Hein. C'était pas des vacances, il l'a fait avec brio. Je vous cache pas qu'il y a beaucoup d'émotions ce soir pour plein de raisons. Voilà, je voudrais remercier très chaleureusement l'équipe d'organisation et bon, tout le monde se reconnaîtra là-dedans, mais remercier aussi le public de Briançon et la ville de Briançon parce qu'on a une identité autour de la fête, autour d'une super fête qu'on peut organiser chaque année. Et qui va démarrer juste après. On a les bars qui sont ouverts. Ça va mixer avec DJ Nico. On vous invite à rester et puis vous donner rendez-vous pour l'année prochaine. Merci beaucoup. À l'année prochaine. Merci. Alors on va maintenant se mettre sur le côté. On va faire les podiums, mesdames et messieurs. Vous attendez ça. Ensuite, DJ Las prendra les platines. On boira tous des bières ensemble. On pourra rester et puis vivre un moment avec nos grimpeurs. Je vais demander aussi, donc Marcos Colaris, je le garde, Pierre-Henri Paillasson, notre trésorier du IFFC qui va nous rejoindre sur scène, Monsieur le Président Pierre You est là, Gérard Franck est là. Je vais demander à François Badjeli, président de l'Office du tourisme de Serre Chevalier, mon père spirituel un petit peu, de nous rejoindre. Et il va y avoir aussi Madame Aurélie Poyot, conseillère départementale qui va nous rejoindre, Josiane Faure étant ici. S'il vous plaît, les derniers élus que je viens d'appeler, est-ce que vous pouvez nous rejoindre? Pierre-Henri Paillasson, François Badjeli, Aurélie Poyot. Voilà Madame Poyot. Il reste son nom. Notre trésorier IFSC est là. François Magini. La légende des directeurs d'office du tourisme de Serge Chevalier, qui va avoir un travail encore incroyable tout l'été. Eh bien on va y aller sans François Magini. Et je vais vous demander, mesdames et messieurs, d'accueillir les 3 filles qui ont été les déesses de la soirée. S'il vous plaît, innovation pour Anak Verhoeven, Jessica Pills, Kim Yahin, who's coming on the stage. Le public, faites leur innovation, s'il vous plaît. Mesdames et messieurs, 3e marche du podium de cette Coupe du Monde ici à Briançon, représentant la Belgique, bronze medal. Would like a round of applause for Anak Verhoeven. C'est Kiriou qui remettra la médaille. Et puis Madame Aurélie Poyot, conseillère départementale, qui remettra le trophée. Josiane Fort qui s'occupe des lots et des cadeaux. L'innovation pour Anak Verhoeven, c'est son 4e podium de sa carrière. Allez les Belges, les Diables Rouges là, on l'applaudit. Alors dans les cadeaux, elle aura des cadeaux offerts par les grands bains qui offrent un accès avec modelage pour Anak Verhoeven. Mesdames et messieurs, 2e ce soir, silver medal, representing Austria. Round of applause for Jessica Pills. Pills. Allez, la petite jeunesse autrichienne qui remporte la 2e marche du podium. Elle était déjà 3e le week-end dernier. C'est un gros départ de saison pour Jessie Pills. On la reverra, elle, à l'Argentière ABC la semaine prochaine, en bloc, pour défendre le titre des champions d'Europe et essayer d'aller le chercher, catégorie junior. Là, on a 2 des meilleurs juniors du moment, hein. Anak Verhoeven et Jessica Pills. Et alors, évidemment, elle a gagné, elle aussi, un accès offert avec modelage par les grands bains. Et celle qui remporte la compétition de Winner Tonight in Briançon. Gold medal representing Korea, la légende Kim Yahin. 23e victoire en Coupe du Monde. Marcos Colaris qui remet la médaille, Gérard Fromm qui remet le trophée. Et on a pour Kim Yahin un Briançon vacances qui offre un week-end en hôtel 4 étoiles, plus accès au grand bain. Je voudrais qu'on les applaudisse très fort. Franchement, on a 3 des grandes championnes du moment. Kim Yahin, first position. Second, Jessica Pills and Anak Verhoeven, third. Mesdames et messieurs, je vous demande d'applaudir l'hymne national coréen. On peut l'applaudir s'il vous plaît. Chimiali qui remporte la Coupe du Monde. 23e victoire. Jessica Pils et Anna Verhoeven. Allez, la photo collective. Alors c'est bien aussi de souligner que je crois que toute l'équipe de Briançon a monté les primes pour les athlètes. Et ça fait plaisir parce que, comme je vous l'ai dit au début, c'est pas un univers où il y a énormément d'argent, donc très très bien pour les athlètes. On les applaudit. Congratulations, ladies. Good luck for the season. And congratulations, Yari. Allez, je vais demander maintenant à nos garçons de nous rejoindre sous vos applaudissements. Représentant l'Autriche, Jakob Schubert, le Japon, Minoru Nakano et le Français, Super Gauthier. Third position, representing Austria, I would like a round of applause for Jakob Schubert. La médaille remise par notre président de la Fédération française. Et le trophée est remis par Madame Aurélie Boyot, conseillère départementale. Allez, innovation pour Jacob, s'il vous plaît. Deuxième place, silver medal, c'est son premier podium, mesdames et messieurs, représentant le Japon. Qui remet la médaille, François, non, c'est Franck qui remet le trophée. Et je voudrais qu'on applaudisse très fort le Japonais qui s'en souviennent de son premier podium en Coupe du Monde à Briançon. Briançon, première victoire en France à la maison, premier de la Coupe du Monde, gold medal, représentant la France, Super Gauthier. Alors, Sofiane va lui remettre de Briançon vacances un week-end dans un hôtel 4 étoiles avec accès au grand bain. Le chèque, on peut lui faire une ovation, il a bien géré cette finale. Le Français. Gauthier, Jakob Schubert et Minoru Nakano. Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez accueillir la Marseillaise. Allez, on va demander aux filles de remonter. Please stay on the podium. Jakob, stay on the podium. Yeah, you can go on the first. Yeah, go, you can go for the big shoot. Allez, on applaudit avec les filles, s'il vous plaît, le podium. Féminin, masculin. The female and men podium of Briançon 2015. Non, je garde nos élus. Allez, on peut les applaudir. Ça va faire péter le champagne. Superbe spectacle ce soirée. Encore une fois, applaudissez-le parce que quelle victoire du Français. Et ils vont faire la fête ce soir avec nous, ils vont boire des bières. La soirée ne fait que commencer. Félicitations à toute l'organisation.
They're going to be partying into the night here in the streets of Briançon.
On the climber, good luck for the rest of the season.
Kim Jae-in's even leading the way. Well, here now. That's 3 gold medals from Briançon hanging up, or hanging from her mantelpiece.
Félicitations Franck et toute la nouvelle équipe. Merci à tous les partenaires, les sponsors.
A slightly chaotic end to the day there, but the photographers are all getting their shots to around the world. We've had a lovely time here. What a great evening it's been. And well, the crowd are just starting to go home at the back, but most of them have stayed here to see Gregory Super take the gold for France. And what a way to finish a superb evening of climbing here. Thoroughly hope you've enjoyed the action. Okay, well we have a lot of breaking down to do. It's 11:05 in the evening here in Briançon. My name's Adrian Battersby. Many thanks to the team here, Mike Roper and Sheila McCammon, who's given us a great amount of knowledge on the commentary side, and Colin Lawless, who's running around currently de-rigging cameras and pulling things apart right now. And also our volunteer cameramen who've done a fantastic job and really worked hard for us. We're next back just in a short while in Imst in a couple of weeks, and I hope you enjoy that. Don't forget to watch that action live on IFSC Climbing. My name's Adrian Battersby. There's the list of matches to come. A list of matches, list of events. It's late this evening, and Imst is next on the list in a couple of weeks. We'll be seeing you for more lead action from that event. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.